and the movie was better Boy, show
daddy.
people your dick mean. Hell yeah,
That
brother.
daddy's boy, baby.
He likes stating his presence with authority, you know? It's understandable.
Yeah, he's got to let him know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
That's what's up. That's what you gotta know what's up.
What's up, baby?
All right.
Look at this boy. Look
Aw.
at this little boy.
He's not sick too, is he?
He's sick of my shit, probably. I don't know, dude, because I got my knee surgery coming up. He has hip dysplasia.
Oh, shit.
Both the right one, too.
Damn. The family that lives together suffers together.
Do you guys ever think about walking in the other direction around the block?
We only turn right. That's probably the reason for all the friction.
Dude, it's like that
You're
Zoids episode where the rhino, they get it to go in the same direction so it falls apart because the cannon's on one side.
Yeah.
I was gonna
that
say
show.
I was gonna say you and Bean are the opposite of NASCAR, basically. You only make right turns instead of left turns.
Yeah, other than that, we are. We are very, very much NASCAR. There's a game that I need you guys to be aware of on planet Earth,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
called Super Fight. My friend.
Oh, I love that game. I have
you
it.
seen it? Okay, you have it?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
Okay, Josh. This game, there
Hang
are
on.
white.
Timeout. Greg, you have it on what?
No, it's a
Card
card
game.
game. Like it's in a box and all that. Yeah.
I would not tell you guys need to get a video game.
That's why that I was buckled.
When's the last time
that
you had a video game, Josh? Too
Pokemon.
like a new. Okay, well, that's.
Yeah.
Does that check
yeah.
out? Does everybody approve of that one? That
Yeah,
makes
I
sense?
mean,
Yeah.
we have seen the YouTube content. We do know that you've been playing it constantly. That's fair. I'll give you that.
All right.
Super Fight, Josh, for you to know, there is a pack of white cards and a pack of black cards. The white cards are your fighter, so you draw 3. So all of us would draw 3. Black cards are your attributes, and you draw 3. So if I was going up against Greg, I would pick 1 fighter and 1 attribute. Then Greg would pick his, and I would draw a random black card that gets attached to my guy.
Okay.
And I would play my 3 cards. Greg would play his, and then him and I would debate on who would win in a fight, and you would pick the winner.
Ooh. So this
It's-
is
it's
the
a
game that
lot
we
of fun.
used to play at Mind Over Media.
Yes.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight, except it's like, for example, one of the cards I recently pulled was George W. Bush. He can climb on walls, and he has a hostage.
Okay, so George W. Bush can climb on walls,
a
has a
wall
hostage.
climber, and has a
Yeah.
hostage.
Okay, so I just watched like pretty recently that Shane Gillis special.
Oh yeah.
Talks about why George Washington won the Revolutionary War. So I'd be hard to beat in my
Yes.
book as a judge.
George W. Bush.
Oh, George W. Bush.
Yeah.
I heard George Washington.
Lot of George and W's get mixed up. It's understandable. Don't worry
Slightly
about it.
less cool. Is he allowed to hit golf balls at the opponent? Because he can smash that drive.
Well, one of the other
Well-
cards was a demon who is invisible and can throw a 200-mile-per-hour fastball.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, but can
you're-
he
you're
can
fucked.
he
You're
can he
fucked.
throw a strike days after 9/11?
I don't know, but it's 200 miles per hour, so he can definitely.
G-Dub did it. He threw a fucking heater over home plate.
Yeah. Regardless, like George Bush is also, hear me out. While he can climb walls and stuff, he's also having to wrestle with whatever the hostage is. So that's
No,
losing perception.
he has a hostage. Let's not act like this. We don't know who this hostage is. The
I
hostage
know,
is
but
back.
I know, but he's preoccupied with having to deal with one person or thing that he's having to manage with, and he can't see the other thing trying to attack him. So
You can see how this game is fun.
I think we should play it right now on the air.
One of them, honestly, we might need to. One of them was that my buddy Sam got to pick any fictional character. That was the white card. He picked Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. The only reason I bring that up is because
Wow.
the last time that card was played by my friend Hunter, who picked Jason Bourne. Just so you, Just so you know the difference in terms of creativity
Jesus Christ,
levels you can
that's
get with.
Jason Bourne.
Mm. Get wild very,
much-
very quickly.
Okay, how many times does this like if do you remember what Jason Bourne was against?
Like average guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
like I'm just saying, like, how much does humor end up playing into this? Because, like,
So-
if you play Jason Bourne, it's gonna be hard for me not to fucking vote for you.
Eventually, people just get tired. So, for example, Thanos was bionic and has fire antlers. That was so basically just Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. He happens to be a cyborg and had fire antlers, which we called an aesthetic cosmetic play.
Oh,
I-
just like his daughter. It's kind of
So-
it's kind of good apropos.
Honestly, though, I beat
is.
that with a cowboy riding a battle cat who has vertigo.
Yeah, see, okay,
Oh.
so okay,
Because I said we're gonna Brokeback Mountain that bitch and stab him in his sleep because I'm an unthreatening cowboy with vertigo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you have vertigo, you're wobbly, so therefore, like, you can like be moving around and shit and not understand where you are. So you're like, it's a guessing game at some point which way you're coming from. You know, you
Well,
can't control yourself.
I don't think it's a guessing game for Thanos as much as it's a guessing game for the cowboy. But you can see how people just got tired of Thanos and killed him off.
right.
Mhm.
Oh, I get it. So, like, the winner stays.
Winner
Yes.
stays, the next person plays their cards.
Oh
Yep.
man, Jason Bourne would have been out there forever. He would never.
I think it's. I was gonna say. I think it's first to 6 wins. I think first
That's
to 5
pretty
or
great.
6 wins.
There
Yeah.
is. I don't want to. There is a website called Superfight Card Generator. It's called perhance.org/superfight. So when we get into the
Oh,
second half of the
no.
show, let's crack these beers and then we can have some fun. But just so you know, Josh, there was also Superfight on Steam, but we don't need to do that today. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking, maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
You know I miss the fucking Clarks.
Hey man,
Hell
if
yeah!
you're in Pittsburgh, they're everywhere.
I
So
know, but I'm not.
Oh man.
There's a penny on the floor.
You know
now.
what I miss? Randomly, the Clarks. Yeah, brother, say less, fam. We're over sweating it out too.
they're all 99.9% of the human population have no idea what the Clarks are unless you are from Western PA, Northern West Virginia, or like Eastern Ohio.
Dude,
Essentially.
when I came back with Grace, Tiffany, and Chad, and we were at the Pirates game with Boyd, and the Clarks were the Yinzer Palooza after show, and they played
Oh
one
my
song, and I
God.
looked to my left, and all 4 of them were standing, just looking at me like leaving, but like looking at me, and I just went, "What the fuck?"
Ugh.
There's a video
Wait,
of me going
Boyd-
down the escalator, just waving bye to the Clarks because
Oh.
Tiffany. The sound was terrible, but
How dare Boyd want to leave during the Clarks? He's a Yinzer, god damn it.
not that day.
Just saying.
He was
Ugh, the
dead to me
worst.
that day.
The worst.
Hold me down.
I can turn you up and down with my fancy headphones.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are
Ooh.
sick.
Yeah.
Those are Christmas gifts.
No. These are animation school gifts.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Oh.
I
okay.
currently, I'm just I have 2 computers hooked up at the same time.
Yeah, what was the issue with
I-
this is great
yeah.
podcasting? What was the issue with the computer?
It was, so if you remember, the Apple computer won't let you capture your desktop audio. So aka the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you would just be able to hear me. And the only ways you can do it is by either creating what's called a loop back. So you
Yeah.
would go out of the computer into the board or something like that.
And then
Or you download this super sketchy program you have to pay like $100 for to do the loop back. So
Ah.
I'm not trying to do another one of those, right? And like the last time
I
we
don't
did
blame you.
the physical loop back, we burnt out the jack because the board is pumping out phantom power. So basically the board is doing electricity into
Yeah.
the jack. So yeah, not great.
Chad in the chat writes
Chad!
tuned in right as the Clarks comes up seems about right.
Fucking A, right?
Damn
buddy?
right. Apropos. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chad, what's your favorite Clark song?
I've showed him 2 and they are the 2.
No.
There's 2.
There's
there's
like
one.
4.
Yeah, but there's 2 that you like hey guys, these are the Clarks, and these are the only 2 songs. I made them listen to it like a lot. What would you consider? Let me hold on. I don't even know if I know 4. Obviously, Penny on the Floor.
Right.
And
yeah,
the River.
I
Born
don't
Too
think I
Late,
know
okay.
4, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shimmy Low.
Yep. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Born Too Late. Better Off
Born Too
Without
Late.
You.
Yep. Penny
And
on
then
the Floor, The
my
River, and
personal
Shimmy
favorite
Low.
is Cigarette.
Cigarette. Yeah. Penny on the Floor and Cigarette are the ones I sent them. There's way more heaters.
They've got 7 songs, and that's all you need to play the Big Butler County Fair, baby.
Hey, you know who
need
he's
a
opening
tight
for?
45 with a little bit of Here We Go Steelers at the end of it, and that place will be fucking ripping for the rest of the night.
You know who he's
You
on
also
tour
need
with right
Jeeps
now?
everywhere, so yeah.
What?
He's playing Moon Township with Donnie Irons.
Oh my god. Robert Morris campus is bumping right now.
I will
probably.
say, in everyone's defense, the sound system, they like let a crowd out, and the sound system was terrible, and you couldn't hear songs they were playing. So it was like just a bad experience. and
Yeah,
that made me
you
sad.
don't want to see the Clarks at PNC Field or PNC Park. That's
No.
not where you see them. You
See him at the
see
Big
them
Butler.
at the Big Butler County Fair or like really any fair or rib festival.
Yeah. No, when the regatta was going on 4th of July, they were the closing concert.
Yeah.
No, there was the
you
one.
ain't got
no,
a regatta. That's the one.
The
you
one
do.
regatta.
you
they
got a
brought in-
regatta.
They brought in Smash Mouth
Oh, that's
I
right.
remember that, yeah.
because Fisher
'cause-
and I walked down, and somebody said, "This is the best Shrek concert I've ever been to."
Yeah. Yeah. Regatta ain't
don't
got a
know.
regatta, or or a fair or a rib festival.
My mom wants to know why the upper right cheek looks very red under my
It
eye.
does look very like you got punched.
It does.
I
Yeah.
know. I think it's got to be like a rash from being sick.
Maybe.
I wish I knew.
Marsha, what's your favorite Clark song, and what's Chip's favorite Clark song?
I guarantee you they each have to have their own.
And is
separate
it
top
just
3.
the Clarks covering Crash Into Me? That's all I need to know. That's. Yeah, he's gone now.
Yeah.
Preoccupied.
I'm just like, I took a COVID test. That was negative. I'm wondering why I got all this. Every time
Yeah.
I get
Is
rash,
I was gonna say, is rash like a symptom of COVID?
So,
I don't know if it is.
when
How
I
come-
get sick, I get a rash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What were you saying, Josh?
I'm glad that Marsha's also not questioning why I'm wearing eye black.
I should probably put some on, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
it's. You think it's the nose strip?
Oh, maybe, huh?
Ooh, allergic reaction.
Don't put that evil on me. Give me 1 second.
Oh.
Put that evil
Marsha,
on me,
what about the
Ricky
Clarks?
Bobby.
Total question here. Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
By
Hey,
the way, I love that you are drinking the Gansett out of a red Solo cup, and that if that is not appropriate for peak Josh right now, I don't know what is at
Yeah.
this point.
wearing a 30-year-old hat, a 30-year-old jacket, drinking Gansets out of a goddamn plastic cup.
You can't go wrong. Although, in fairness, I wanted to call you out because I saw you have the RoboPen logo on the back, and you have been the one that has pushed on me that you do not like that logo.
No. I love this logo. Mario didn't like this logo.
Ah, okay.
Mario hated the logo. That's why they never did it as a retro jersey.
I don't want to freak out, but my forehead is red as shit.
You got alopecia.
I got retopecia. This is the ginge, Mom. What'd you give me?
Oh shit. Damn.
It took a while. It took a while, but the redness is now catching on with you. Go figure.
It looks worse when you sit further back.
Yeah.
Like turn your head again.
Oh my god.
It looks like
Oh,
you
yeah.
got punched.
I would say slapped. I'd say slapped, not punched.
I don't think I got
Did
punched.
I? You were just listening to Zach Bryan down at the honky tonk. I'm fucking just getting
Bro-
whacked.
Bro.
Just a little boot scoot. Watching too
scoot,
much
buddy.
Yellers. She said, "Cigarette. I do not get
Hmm.
red blotches."
Cigarette is a good pull, Marsha. My favorite.
What's Dad's favorite?
That's a good question, eh?
I want to. What are
Chad
we
said,
drinking?
"I've heard them, but I can't tell you a song."
See?
Shout out Chip. Shout out Chip. Way to be honest.
No,
Well,
that was
you know.
Chad. That was Chad.
Oh, that's Chad. Okay.
What are we drinking? And then let's talk some sports because I this might be the night that I die.
All right. Well, you missed my Gansets plug. So, this
Oh
one
my
doesn't have the
God.
howdy neighbor because it's
Aw.
Oh, hi neighbor. It says it right there. What? Whoa! What the fuck? It's almost like a bee sting or sunburn. No, it's not that bad on that side.
No,
It's
yeah,
not as
only-
bad, but it's there. But this,
Interesting.
It's
it's
very
probably because I
faint.
keep fucking with it.
Mm.
That's a really cool can.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's the holiday can.
Looks like a tampon skiing. I like. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a beer can wearing a hat.
Okay, way cooler.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Like a little
I can go with
koozie.
that.
Yeah.
Is Narragansett like the official beer of Oklahoma, Josh, or is that kind of like?
Good
Or would you say
question.
it's another thing? Yeah, 'cause I'm
Gansets.
curious.
Gansets the Northeast, bud.
I understand it's Northeast,
Oh.
but like since you've been drinking it a lot in Oklahoma, I was curious if like that's the go-to in Oklahoma for.
Greg, I drink Gansett because my brother is the top 50th salesman in the entire country in Narragansetts.
Top 50 is a big deal.
What
Just
you
saying.
don't know is his number one customer is himself.
I'm not surprised by that in the slightest.
That's impressive. That's
Now we-
fucking tight.
I'm googling
Yeah.
Narragansett sales managers and seeing what comes up.
I need a professional picture of your brother
What?
somehow.
What's the
This
Yingling
is-
of Oklahoma City? You know what I mean?
Yes, that's a
or the
that's
or
a
the
better
IC
question,
Light
yes.
or the
Yeah, yeah,
what's-
yeah.
like
I
here
would
it's probably
say-
home style.
There is a Boomer Sooner beer that is just like
Oh.
a lager,
Ooh.
and
That'd be
it's
good.
Okay.
I think it's 405 is what it's called. 405 Brewing, is that right?
Is that the cool place with the cool merch?
No, yeah, 405 Brewing, based in Norman. No,
Oh, no,
that's
I'm thinking of-
Prairie.
Yep.
I'll pull them up here on full screen. Give them a little plug. 405 Brewing, their tap room. I've not been there, but they kind of have like just like a little bit of everything. I dig them, but that that Boomer Sooner beer, like it shows up at the beginning of football season and you can't get it anymore after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so-
like that. I
Now-
can fuck with that.
Do they do cans and draft? Like you
Yep.
can find that in bar.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially in Norman. I mean, you walk in and
Oh, I'm
like,
sure.
they're just handing
Oh,
them out. Like,
Oh, I'm picturing like white can with like the burgundy like Boomer Sooner on it, a clean look right there.
Yep.
That'd be a nice.
it's got
that'd
the
be nice.
schooner on it.
Oh wait, it's Boomer Schooner. Is
No,
that
no,
what it
no.
is? Or
Boomer Sooner.
yeah.
Okay, but,
But the
the
schooner.
wagon is called a schooner.
Ah, okay.
So I pulled
That's
him
a
up,
sick beer.
and they come in tall boys too. And man,
oh, now we're talking.
I was
now
trying,
we're talking.
I was trying to get after it when I was at that game.
How could you
Um,
not?
Well, you cannot because you would have to get 2 beers and then get right back in line. You wouldn't be able to watch
Oh,
football.
gotcha.
Like that's how hard it was to get a beer, and there's nobody that he's not there. You know, he ain't out there repping them in the stand, so they're hard to get a hold of.
Fuck off. My mom is she wants to know what's wrong with me, and Chip just texts spider bite, and that's it.
I would have gone amp bite, honestly.
She's like,
but
is it
that's
what it's
also possible.
no, it's windburn or just something. I don't have a fever, I'm fine. And then I get a text that just says spider bite.
Spider bite.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Yeah, you were
Dads are
also.
so
It
cool.
also.
They're so
It
sick.
snowed. It snowed in Nashville. I'm assuming like you got hit pretty good with like cold wind. So odds are you're
I
just
took
getting
Bean
into
on a
it.
walk before the show.
Yes. Oh, that
But,
has
like,
to be it. Yeah.
Well,
Whatever.
hang on, wait. You only go right. So your right side is exposed, and that's where the mark is.
Oh.
That's science.
Oh.
That's science. That's
I think
math.
I'm smarter when I drink out of a solo cup.
You're not
I was
dumber.
just gonna say. I was gonna say drink in general, but the solo cup probably adds a little extra.
That's so good. Greg, what are you drinking?
One of your personal favorites, Deke, and honestly, just a gold standard in beer. Lustra, Dancing Gnome.
Oh,
Beautiful. can.
Perfect pale ale. Can't go wrong with it whatsoever.
man.
I got a High Wire. They put their brewery here, the High Pitch Mosaic. I haven't ranked it yet on the list, but I did go. Their tap beer was absolutely a different beer than this beer,
Oh.
which was upsetting. This is one of my favorite beers ever. I love Mosaic hops. Love it. What was ever on tap was ooey.
When you say move there, are they like from out of town and they just opened a spot in Nashville, or are they like
yeah,
a brand new
Highwire's
one?
from Asheville. Josh, do you know? Have you?
High wire?
Yeah,
Nashville?
that feels right? Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah,
Yep, there you go.
they
Okay.
just put a location here though,
They can't be
Oh,
bad
nice.
if they're from fucking Asheville. That's
That's
like
what I'm saying.
illegal to be
Yeah.
bad from there.
and you can buy. I think it's a 12-pack tall boys for like $20. at
Shut
one
the
liquor
fuck
store.
up.
And it's the variety
Oh.
pack of all of their different hop types.
Oh,
Don't mind if I do.
There was a couple days of well, I just paid rent and I bought groceries and that's what I'm gonna buy next.
Yeah.
nice. I'm
Uh,
assuming that's what was drank during that movie marathon you went through before the show.
No, I haven't had a beer since last Saturday because I've been sniffles.
oh yeah.
I guess
Understand?
technically Sunday for the Lions game, but
I had
haven't-
one on Monday for the Stillers. That was it.
I did not. That's how sick I was.
I cracked
Um,
my last Yang Lang.
Did you find Josh the bold predictions?
I found the episode, but I don't have the bold prediction.
it.
We'll have them for next week.
I want to say mine was. I can't even begin to guess. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like,
I mean, like I know for a fact I definitely had something with the Jets that probably didn't end up coming true. I know that for sure. But like aside from that, I do not remember for the life of me what else I would have picked.
yeah, I mean, mine are probably terribly wrong.
Have you
Oh, yeah,
ever?
like
Go ahead. Keep talking.
oh, I was just gonna say, like, I remember the last time I distinctly remember the one bold prediction, the one preview episode we did, and like I think the next week Josh had like already a video ready. No, not the next week. That after the season, Josh already had like a video queued up of all of our predictions with like either the and from the, and I ended up very badly on that one. I know for sure.
There was
Fair.
there was a pretty oh, I have yours. Okay,
Who's yours?
hang on.
Oh, did I text them to you?
No,
Oh, that's
Deke did, and I bet you did too. All right.
Did I?
Yep, I just found him, bud.
Let's go.
All right.
oh man.
Talk about something for like 30 seconds. Let me get this all
I
squared
am
away.
gonna take a shot and guess what I think mine were, Greg, and then you can do the same, and that's what we'll do here. I believe one of mine was Mike Evans is traded by the trade deadline, so that's a no. I think that's one of them. I think
Yep, and you were specific where he was going.
he was going to go to the Chiefs.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, hear me out.
That's impressive that you can recall that. Yeah.
Well, it's more impressive that it terribly didn't happen at all and they made the playoffs and he's still in the playoffs. Number
Yeah.
2, I think I had something around do you have them all, Josh?
Yep.
Are they all about players?
Um,
Is there one about a coach or am I crazy?
there's one about a coach and one about teams, and you already did the other one.
Okay, the coach one, I think I had was it Mike McCarthy fired by the trade deadline or something? Okay, what I have for the coach.
You had Mike Tomlin, Coach of the Year.
Oh. I'm
Here, it's a close. Just saying, he has an argument. He has an argument.
I wonder who the favorite is in that setting.
Aw, here's a cute picture of Steph and Greg.
Aw.
That's nice. At a concert. Greg wearing a hat.
So Stefanski is number 1.
Oh, I got Greg's too. Awesome. Perfect.
So yeah, it doesn't look like Tomlin will win it. It looks like
thought
it's
it's got to be either what Stefanski or D'Amico Ryans. I'm guessing.
yeah, Stefanski, Shane Steichen's up there, D'Amico Ryan's up there. So, and then the third one,
Actually-
yeah, go ahead.
I was curious. Do they vote like they do the award voting before the playoffs, or is that something that like they lead up to the actual award ceremony?
They lead up to the awards. I don't think they voted yet.
Okay.
Buddy, you're going 0 for 3.
Yeah. Oh no, I assume that. And this one's about teams.
Yeah.
I think I probably picked. Is it? I want to say Ravens missed the playoffs.
No.
Oh, okay.
Rams, Packers, Cowboys, all under 20 wins
Packers were at.
as a total.
Well, what was the
Packers-
total?
20.
No,
all
what
those
did
Cowboys
they-
have-
all those teams are 10-win teams, are they not? Rams,
Well, the
Packers,
Pack-
and Cowboys.
Rams were
Packers-
10.
Cowboys were 12.
Packers
and I
were
think
9.
And Packers
Yeah,
were 9.
so-
Yeah.
Under.
I mean,
not too far off.
Not
Just
too
10
far off
games.
at all. I think you were.
Whatever.
I think you were expecting like one of them to be truly awful this
Right.
year.
I mean,
so.
we all were expecting the Rams to be bad, and the Packers were unproven. So I'll take it. I mean, those are pretty good bets that all didn't work out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Greg,
Oh God, I
you were. The Cardinals will have a better record than the Rams.
nope.
See,
This one was
Mm.
closer than it should have been. Both NFC and AFC South divisions will have, or division champions will have under 500 records.
Oh, son of a bitch!
It
I was
was
so close.
It was
I was so close.
what was in the 10?
Uh,
Well, I mean, the only team that went under 500 was
were-
the Titans in the South.
Yeah.
I know Bucks were 9-8. Damn it.
And your last
Ah.
one was a hit. The Jets will not make the playoffs.
I
I'm glad. I'll
at the
take that one.
time, I understand how hard that one was because they had Aaron Rodgers.
And
Hindsight,
everyone, how great their defense was, and how they had all these
Well,
weapons.
their
and shit
defense
like
is
that,
great.
so they are great. I'll give you that.
All right, mine. Jags will have 11 wins. Close. They had nine.
Close.
Lions will win the division,
There you go.
Bravo.
and
Bravo
the
on
winner
that
of
one.
the NFC South will have a losing record.
Okay, no,
So,
Damn. Okay.
not bad though. Saints and Bucks both 9-8, so very, very close for both of you on that. That's not bad at all.
as you could tell, we're all incredibly good at being Nostradamus.
Or dangerously close at being good at being Nostradamus.
Yeah.
When did we set those on the 7th?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so
that
like
of September.
yeah,
so
that
the
was the
season-
same
It,
same
it
day
was
as
about
Lions
to
and
kick
Chiefs.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
We've done worse.
Oh, we've done way worse. Yeah.
I think my favorite was Matt Patricia, Coach of the Year. He got fired halfway through. That was an all-timer.
Wait, who?
That was you.
I did not
Yeah.
say Coach of the Year. Find it.
I will find it. I'll send it to you. Matt Patricia,
a
Coach
video.
of the Year.
Hear
There's
me out. I
definitely
was,
a video.
I
I
was
know that
excited
for
for
sure.
it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Patricia should be a coach in the NFL after after this year, especially. So
I'll just flat out say it. I'm so glad Philly lost. I'm so over them. Their stupid tush push. The only one I care about on that team is Kelsey, and that's because it makes me sad that he retired.
You don't care about Jalen Hurts?
I think Jalen Hurts is really cool. I think
Okay.
he has been completely found out, and it's not going well. If you have Dallas Goddard yelling at you and AJ Brown deleting stuff off your team, I'm not saying it's just Jalen, but I will say he's edging extremely close to cornball,
Ooh.
which is Russell
Ooh.
Wilson territory. He's getting
that's what I was gonna
close to.
say, man. That's a harsh
Dude,
statement.
he
'cause,
uses
like,
Tomlinisms in press conferences, which is fine, but you just went 0 for 6 and you're using Tomlinisms in a press conference. He just it just feels corny. He feels corny. His
Damn.
entire resume is because a grown man grabbed both cheeks and shoved. And that's fine. That is a good resume to have. And he is, as we can all agree, a guy that we would love before those last 6 games to be the quarterback of the Steelers, to be
I
the
was gonna
quarterback of any
say.
team. He was on top of the world,
Yeah.
and they fell off fast. They still have the best offensive line. They still have one of the best defensive lines. Sure, you can blame their secondary, but they can't
Awful
be
secondary.
that bad. And they were for 7 straight games.
there were a lot.
8
There were so
is the
many
playoff
times
game.
you would see on. There were so many times you would see on either TV or like even on like social media about like how bad their secondary was, and like I got it, they were injured and stuff, but then there was all the talk about them missing tackles constantly, and I didn't watch a lot of Eagles games, so I couldn't tell you if they were true or not. But goddamn, like there was watching that Tampa Bay game, it was ugly.
Greg,
Just
I'll
trying to
send you
see
the
them-
clip of Ray Lewis talking about
Oh, I've
them
seen
missing
it. Oh, I've
tackles.
seen it.
Oh
I've seen
my
it.
god.
It's bad. It's
Ray
bad,
Lewis was
yeah.
like ready to go out there and suit up right now to fix it. Like he couldn't handle it.
Jalen
So-
Hurts, cornball.
So this is really, I mean, this is almost a total flip from a year ago. Because
Yes.
a year ago we were saying like Jalen Hurts wasn't the reason they lost that fucking Super Bowl. He balled out.
Yes.
Yeah, they only lost by 3, and he was the catalyst for them like staying in the game. So absolutely, it was not his fault at all.
No, but a year before Antonio Brown lost his shit, we were calling him the greatest wide receiver ever.
Well, he was.
And
That's
I'm
true.
not saying they're close in situation or scenario, but that's how quickly this Christian
Mhm.
McCaffrey went from goat to bust to goat.
Okay, so let me get a temperature check on this. Everybody wanted Kevin Stefanski's fucking head.
Coach of the year.
Yeah, we're giving him coach of the year because he did so much with so little. Yeah.
Well,
That's-
so little.
And,
Wait.
okay, fair. He's had
They have
4
an elite
quarterbacks.
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Wait,
Sure.
I think I said the wrong name.
Stefanski's the
That-
Browns coach. Do you mean
that's a weak-
Sirianni?
I meant Sirianni. I had the wrong.
Dude, Nick
S name.
Sirianni, they want his fucking head.
Yeah.
But
So where? Hang on, Greg. Before you go, Deke, temperature check. Because at the same fucking last year, we're going Sirianni's the coach of the future. Are you also wanting his head?
To get to the Super Bowl and know your inefficiencies and not improve on them at all, yeah, get out of there.
Fuck.
He's a-
okay.
A coordinator merchant is the term that has been tossed around on part of my take.
What are you
And it-
buying?
And it's literally like I am made by the coordinators I have. Because Steichen at the Colts has been unbelievable.
Oh my
Gannon-
oh
god.
yeah,
You want to
I
talk
did
about
not
a
expect the
guy
Colts
I
to be
get
that good.
rock hard for?
Dude, and
Damn.
as dorky Gannon with the Cardinals,
Doesn't matter.
they won some games. They beat
I
us
saw-
and they beat Philly, I think,
And they
right?
beat
I-
and without any stability at all. He made Josh
No.
Dobbs look so fucking good. The Titans or the Vikings
Dude.
traded for him.
I think I saw that they led the league in pressure packages this year too. So like Gannon was aggressive on defense all year for them. And when was the last time you could say that about a Cardinals defense ever? Like that's
Yeah.
impressive to say the least that he can switch that mindset on
You
them.
want
I-
to tell a Pittsburgh guy about being aggressive? I'm gonna get wound up every time. All we do is blitz.
I think Sirianni. It's tough, dude. Because here's the pickle, right? We talk about being born on third
Yep.
and that whole thing. And
Right.
you can say certain coaches did, but at the end of the day, the thing I love about our coach, thing I love about Tomlin, no matter who's on the field, we're gonna end with a good record and a chance of the playoffs to
Yep.
see what happens. No matter who.
Missionary
get-
sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With an
Better than not
occasional-
having sex. Ask
with an
Cleveland.
occasional yeah, oh, that was cool. Like, yeah, look at that. There's duck out there. But here's the kind of
Ducks winning,
Duck
Ducks
was
winning
the
at
one
life.
Duck was the one time he got a finger in the ass that you weren't
It was-
expecting. That was Duck.
But
We're just
the
all like,
flip-
"Quack."
the flip of it all, though, the Eagles with Sirianni, you bring in Kevin Byard, you have all these secondary issues. Sure, fine, whatever. Dude, go do something. Make a move. Bring someone in. Like, what are you doing? You're Super Bowl last year, and your secondary is bad last
and you
year.
won 10 games to start the fucking season.
Yeah.
So
And their
I
schedule
think
was
he's gone.
weaker at the end of the year too, which makes
Nope.
it even worse.
They came out today. He's not fired.
I will also add the simple fact that Philly is a scum refugee of humans. And so, like, they are going to want dude, the process, really fucking cool, dude.
The only
Oh,
person,
cool.
the only person that Philly will never turn on is Gritty. That's
That's it.
because
they
he's
already
one of
turned-
them. That's
They turned on an 18-year-old for saying Sid was his favorite player. Like, cool fucking
Oh,
city, dude.
Oh, greatest.
Cool
story.
fucking
That's-
city.
an 18-year-old
What a
that never
story.
played for them.
Yeah. Have
Never,
fun with your,
never put on a Flyer
your
jersey.
cobblestone roads and your broken bell,
Oh.
you fuck.
Won a medal for America, though. Damn it! So
Yeah.
at least we have that going.
The
We
best
got that
attribute-
going for him.
The best attribute is being close to New York. Like, it's a crazy city to be a part
Oh
of.
my god, that's so fucking funny. Okay, so Greg, you're in alignment with this.
Good question.
Man, so here's the funny thing too. I kind of don't want to be, but at the same time, like they got rid of Doug Peterson 2 years after he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, so like
I don't think that was
They-
funny at all.
It's like it's Philly fans are just fickle things
Doug.
at that point. So nothing is gonna make them happy. So I don't think he should be gone, but at the same time, it would not shock me if he was let go. in
What
any
about
way,
the
because
Jalen Hurts take?
He's corny.
you know what? Here's the thing, especially in college when he was at Bama, he's like the prototype. I did not think he was going to be a good pro. He struck me as the prototypical like college quarterback that was
That's a
going to
good
do
take.
everything. He was going to do everything like good enough to get you by, but he didn't have that thing to like really carry you over. He was, and I think that's why the Eagles took him, because they were like, he's a great insurance policy. Granted, he's more talented than we expected, but man, there's nothing about him that just like that. It's almost like when there's certain quarterbacks that when you watch them like on the field and off the field, you can tell there's like that swagger, that personality about them that like just kind of gets people riled up, or at least brings people together. Like Patrick Mahomes will have it, Josh Allen will have it, Lamar will have it, Burrow's got it.
Wow.
I thank you. Yeah, but just thinking about it off the top of my head, like Hurts just doesn't have that like he doesn't have that personality that I think is something that like gravitates and brings people in. He's a very dictator-like type of quarterback. He's very much like
he's a part of a machine. Is the
yes,
nice way to word it.
that's
Greg.
he. I don't want to, but I don't want to call him a system quarterback, if that makes sense. I think that's disrespectful to him because I think he's talented, but at the same time,
fair.
man, he makes exactly what the Eagles like to do work well. He's not the thing that's going to
So
put you over the
he
top.
fits in their system.
Yes.
Okay,
System
yes.
fine.
quarterback.
So he's a system quarterback. Tiff writes
but
in, so
it-
you're saying he's corny.
Hang on, I have a question.
Cornball.
Jalen Hurts is a simp.
Yes. That's also a statement.
Mm.
It was a question. Is
you gotta
is-
no, you gotta enunciate
Yeah.
at the end.
All right, hang
brother.
on. Is Jalen Hurts a simp?
Jalen
Or
Hurts
you could say
is a
or,
simp?
or you could have said Jalen Hurts. Simp?
No,
Ooh.
I'm not calling
Okay,
cowering whatever the fuck that dudehead's name is. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, that dukehead. I agree. Simp.
Okay. Simp.
For a good push.
Let me just keep snapping it around for the boys here. Greenfield's finest stays put.
I hate it.
Mike McCarthy stays. Deke.
No coach.
Oh shit, he's about to cut up on him.
No, here's the thing. I take a lot of pride in the fact that I've seen Mike McCarthy's family in the Huffs.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of pride in the fact that I've
I-
seen them always leave pretty fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
I take a lot of pride.
I was just gonna say my mom knows his parents. Like
Yes.
they go to church and stuff. Like so, yeah. Like
We'll say
it's,
friend of
it's
the
very much
program.
like-
Roughly.
Right,
Dare I
yes,
say?
yes,
Dare I say
friend
they
of the
should go to
program.
church more
Yo,
because it ain't working.
That's fair.
No, here's what I'll say. Flat out, no ifs, ands, buts about it. I believe they should have hired Kellen Moore at his peak
Mm.
from OC. And Greg and I talked about that. It was like 4 years ago. Just try something new. But no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, when, why, the Dallas Cowboys will not have success until Jerry Jones is dead.
That
He's
is-
too integrated.
okay.
He's too a part of it. So it doesn't matter if it's Mike McCarthy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they fire him and brought in Belichick, if they fired him and brought in fucking Cliff Kingsbury, Joe Brady. It doesn't
Oh, man.
matter. As Jerry Jones lives and breathes, the Dallas Cowboys will go 12 wins, first round exit, and that is how it just will go.
Okay. Greg.
The expectations are
Time
always
out. Greg is from Greenfield, and Mom
I am.
knows the family. So let's just
Church.
make sure that is stated. Greg
Yes.
knows
Are we
when his
recording,
mom was
Josh?
nursing at Mercy.
Are we
she-
recording?
Jesus fucking Christ. Yes. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
All right, sorry, Greg.
Oh God. Also used to donate a lot of money to my church every year. So yeah. there's
Oh,
that.
the McCarthys
yeah.
donated to Greg's church, which he pretends to be a part of during Lent. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Here
Thank
we
you for that.
go.
Did
Yeah,
she
so there's a
nurse him?
financial-
Did your mom? Wait, did your mom, in fact, nurse the McCarthy family when Mike was born? Yes or no?
No.
He might be
I don't
older
believe
than
that
Greg's.
for a
He might be
minute.
older
No.
than Greg's mother.
No, it's oh god, I don't even know how old Mike McCarthy is, so like I couldn't tell
can
you.
find that
Do the
out for
take. Just
you.
do the take, Greg. Fight through.
Oh,
Fight
fucking
through.
Christ.
We love
Okay.
you.
Yeah. I think if Jerry Jones was not like the centerfold of the Dallas Cowboys and like you always had this like giant expectation window, I feel like any franchise would be happy with 12 wins every single year, getting the playoffs, winning the division, and if you come up short, okay, but you can at least like go back to the drawing board and try to figure out how to make it work. Because I also want to point out here too, I would probably say the defense had a much bigger hand in that loss this past weekend when Dan Quinn, everyone was saying, was like, oh, he should be the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys and some bullshit. He's getting interviewed for jobs and whatnot, but the defense shit the bed this weekend against Jordan Love. So, I mean, like, yes, I want to blame Mike McCarthy because he was the head coach, but at the same time, like, we can't give him all the blame necessarily. It's not his entire fault. Go ahead, Deke. You have your hand raised.
Would you rather, in a 20-year span of your life,
Mm-hmm.
starting from age 15 to 35, when you like cared,
Okay.
or
Yes.
20, whatever it is, 20 to 40.
When I put effort into
yes,
myself.
when you
Sure,
sat
yeah.
down and watched football,
Okay.
would you rather go 1 win every year except for 1 Super Bowl, or 12 wins every year, but you exit the playoff in fashion? So you might make it to the Super Bowl and lose. You might make it first round exit. Would you rather go 1 win for 20 years, except for the 1 year you win a Super Bowl? And that year, you know it. You can feel it. You guys win 10. You get lucky. You get squeaked in and you get it. Or win 12 games every year and maybe make a Super Bowl or 2, but lose them. Wow. In a 20-year span.
Oh, man. That's a lot of depression.
Here's why I'm asking. To
I'd
be
be dealing
fully
with-
honest, though, the 3 of us
Okay.
are very, into it fans. We love every game. When we win, it makes our week. When we lose, it ruins it. And like that
Right.
season, and we're confined in it. There
Yes.
is, and I'm going to use Behrman as the example. Behrman is not necessarily like a diehard football fan, but this season, his entire purpose in life is the Detroit Lions in a very good way because they are great.
As it should be.
But
As it should be. Yes.
He has had no interest in football because they have been so terrible. So what I'm saying
Right.
is the way we are as Steelers fans, we're sitting there, we're kind of in it, we can feel it. We're screw you other teams, we're going to games, we can talk shit to other fans, we own the Cleveland Browns. The Lions have been owned by everybody. They can't talk shit to no one. But if they win a Super Bowl this year, they're on top of the world, and next year they can go back to 1 win, and he'll be happy till the day he dies.
Oh, man. That's so hard. Because here's the thing, just
Greg,
getting
that's the
one
equivalent
win,
of being a Pirates fan. You know that, right?
Great
I am
question.
aware, Josh.
Great point.
Thank you.
But
I am
the
aware.
worst part is you didn't even get a banner. You just got Cueto to drop the ball.
Which
Like-
is sick.
That's the night of my life. That's fair.
That's the banner they hung.
Oh, hell of a night. Man. See, that's tough because I can relate to that. As a Pirates fan, my heartache
No
is
shit.
like is huge. Is massive to that point. That those 3 years where we were competitive and we're in the playoffs every year, that's like peak fandom for me.
Yeah.
So I get that. Oh, but damn, but I'm also a nut job and still watch a lot of them even when they are terrible. So
You obsess
you
over
know,
them.
you know what? I do. I have them tattooed on me, so I obsess over them. So yeah, I would probably go for the 1 Super Bowl. I would go for the 1 Super Bowl and then deal with like the hope
honest
but never
answer.
getting it again. I want the ring, damn it. I want
It's an
that like
honest
euphoria
answer.
because even as a Pens fan, I've like driven through Southside like after the Pens have won a Stanley Cup and seeing that place go nuts, or like Lawrenceville and seeing the place go nuts and stuff. So I know the feeling and all that. So I want that. I love that feeling. So yeah,
Hey, Deke, I'll take 12 wins and a playoff berth every year.
It's tough,
Because I
dude,
want to
because
dunk my
this-
nuts in everyone's coffee through the regular
Hey,
season.
Josh, year 21 is ours, baby.
Yeah, every year, baby. Every year. Every year I'm winning 12 games, and those
Right.
12
See,
games I'm dunking my
Year
nuts in
21
their
is ours,
coffee.
That's what
baby.
sucks. That's what sucks is like I would have done the playoff thing, but then when you threw the Pirate fandom in my face, it's like fuck, that is me.
I'm a Penguins
That is
fan
me.
first and foremost. That is what we do. We make the playoffs and get bounced. But every 10 years we win the cup, so suck my fucking dick.
My favorite thing
But you
about
also-
being in Nashville is walking around and hearing people go to my friend Sam Pinsley, whose family has season tickets and is 2 rows up from the rink. Did the Predators ever make a Stanley Cup? And I go,
Did they?
I said they
Did a player
did.
that you traded us betray you in the final game of that series? Did it happen?
Yeah. I mean, who are we kidding
Yeah.
here? You know?
Okay, so that's where we are in the Cowboys. It doesn't fucking matter. Mike McCarthy's a good coach. So be it.
Next question.
Okay.
I like this game.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Vrabel still doesn't have a fucking job.
He'll get a job.
In his defense, no one's been hired.
The only one was, which I did not know, by the way,
What?
that you could do was like Gerard Mayo got hired because of the fact that it
Mhm.
was already in his contract that he was like heir
So
apparent.
it was a hire clause, and what that means
Which I did not know you could have. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that discounts the Rooney Rule and no traction of who they need to do, and basically was like, hey, we got it in his contract that if we want to consider him as the candidate, we can just slot him right in. I'm all for it. So yes, apologies. Someone did get hired. That is that a promotion or is that a hire?
That's a promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's crazy is
coordinator to
that's-
head coach.
No, actually, he wasn't even a coordinator. He was a linebacker coach. So like that's like
shit. Okay.
that's getting 2 promotions essentially.
I don't think
That's-
that's
that
true.
doesn't-
Because like
What do you mean?
often think about it like special teams. Well, I guess it's technically a coordinator become the head coach.
I would put OC, DC, and special teams coach on the same level, honestly.
Okay.
I really would.
All right. Then yeah, I guess it is a double promotion.
Mhm.
But okay, but still, if you I feel like there's two A+ candidates out there right now. One of them's Bill Belichick, the other one's Mike Vrabel.
Mm,
I will wait for the question.
So
yes.
so if like why has Mike Vrabel not gotten a job yet? I guess is the question.
Many variables that go into Mike Vrabel not being hired. One, Mike Vrabel, and this is all per Titans fandom. Mike Vrabel mostly had a clash with ownership around a couple different things. One, they thought the new GM they hired, he didn't think that the guy was ready to be a GM.
Right.
He wanted somebody a little more seasoned. He said
Right.
this guy should be assistant. And then ownership said, nope, this is our guy, and he's leaning more into data and analytics, which is, not that Vrabel's against it, but he's nuts and bolts type of guy.
Yeah.
Two, Vrabel wants a lot more power over decisions. I think
Sure.
the AJ Brown trade really burnt him and his team, and it wasn't a decision he was unaware of, but it wasn't a decision he signed off on or was excited about. Three, all of the open coaching right now have a third candidate strongly considered, and that is Harbaugh. And so a lot of teams are bringing in Harbaugh, they're bringing in Belichick, they're bringing in Vrabel. There's a lot of names that we've seen a ton get tossed around. Joe Brady's a big one. The defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, for the Ravens, Greg, I believe he is, or CDC?
Rams.
Thank you.
Rams.
The Rams. There's the OC, Todd Munkin for the Ravens. Yeah.
Yes.
There
And
are-
then, well, Ben Johnson's like the other
Yes.
one. He's the OC for the Lions, who's like getting a lot of buzz and
So-
stuff. So
100%.
So
People are doing
we're not making moves till the playoffs are over.
people are doing their due diligence because one, they have some time. Everyone's like, oh, clock's ticking. We need to get your guys in. The draft pick's solidified. There's not a thing football wise that is going to happen until free agency starts after the Super Bowl. So you want to
Right.
bring in your guys and evaluate and do the training, and I totally respect and get all that. Vrabel needs to find, or the situation needs to find Vrabel that is, he works with the GM. They're building a culture and an entire team. This isn't just, bring in a young gun who needs to be proven and he was a coordinator who's great. This isn't bringing in an old head like Ron Rivera, who is a guy that we trust, or a Dougie Peterson. Vrabel's a little bit of an unknown because in Tennessee, he had some success, but it was off the heels of an ancient quarterback in Tannehill and a great running back in Derrick Henry and a great defensive lineman in Simmons and a terrible secondary the entire time. There's a lot of questions for him. So Vrabel, I think, will get a job. I firmly believe that it's going to end up being one of the teams that we consider less desirable. And what I mean by that is it's going to turn into the Vegas gig, or it's going to turn into a Seattle gig, maybe. I don't think he lands the Atlanta gig, which seems to be a high ticket. I don't think he lands the Chargers gig, which seems to be a really high ticket.
Yeah, that seems to be Harbaugh. Okay, so Greg, follow-up question on Vrabel. Why would the Steelers not put everything they need to get him to come in to be the associate head coach to replace Tomlin in 2 years?
Why wouldn't they? I mean, they realistically they could if they want to go that route. I mean, who are we to say that Vrabel wouldn't accept a position like that to be the associate head coach? I mean, if you think about it, I don't know where he would fit in the coaching side essentially because they already have a DC. They already have like position coaches on that line. It's not like you're going to ask Vrabel to be the new offensive coordinator for the Steelers. I don't think that'll go well in that situation. But realistically, if somehow, some way the Rooneys kind of look at him and like that's the guy we want to be the heir apparent, then I could see it. But the only drawback to that is the Steelers, and this is something I don't think a lot of people look at as well. The times that they did their head coach searches, like the 3 times, Noel, Cowher, and Tomlin, they were not guys that had previous head coaching experience. They were not guys that even, I don't think a lot of them had a long tenure as coaches. They were very young when they were hired. Like the Steelers are very much the type of team that like they want to get a guy in kind of younger to be able to grow and build with the team.
And fuck you, Dre. Eric Bieniemy's a terrible hire for OC. Sorry, keep going, Greg.
No, it's perfect good. But I would say if you want to look at him as a stopgap, if you want to give him like a Brian Flores type of situation where like he's assistant and kind of like there to help Tomlin, if you want to go that route, I'm totally cool with it. But I mean, I don't necessarily think the defensive side is a situation that you need an extra hand in. But then again, it doesn't hurt. I wouldn't hate it, but I would also imagine that Vrabel wants that head coaching job right away because quite frankly, I think he's earned it.
Yeah, I get that, but I also think that Mike Vrabel knows that if he's the head coach of the Steelers, he's the head coach of the Steelers for the next fucking 20 years, and that like that culture fits his coaching style and the way he wants to play football. Deke.
My fear about bringing in a Vrabel. Look at the offenses recently that have been fairly successful. We look at Sirianni and Steichen in Philly last year. We look at Mike McDaniel's Philadelphia offense. We look at McDermott up in Buffalo. We look at these offenses that really are, I mean, McVay's still doing it. These are different offenses built off the back of analytics. Puka Nacua was a fast player in terms of speed play, not in terms of combine play. My fear about Mike Vrabel being attached to the Pittsburgh Steelers is he is Cowher, he is Tomlin, he is old football. I want a young, out of conference, out of division coordinator, somebody that does not think like the Pittsburgh Steelers, because the real reason that the Steelers football has been hard to watch is it is old football. It is run it down your throat, old football. What is the last? I mean, we should look at it because I'm trying to think in my head. The last rushing team to win a Super Bowl, genuinely, and we can maybe Seattle at the time. Like I don't, you know, like and it's not even being disrespectful in a sense of Najee's this great situation we have or the line or this and that. We are in an offense era where we need guys that are faster and analytic-driven situations, and we are throwing the ball at rates that the Pittsburgh Steelers have not successfully thrown at, even with Big Ben. I do not want Vrabel because he is very Pittsburgh Steelers-esque in the sense of tradition, in the sense of my guy's bigger than yours, so we're going to win. I think he is the brain of a typical Steelers situation, and I think we aggressively have to get atypical for us to even have a shot at not just winning our division, but actually having success. Because my problem with Tomlin genuinely has been that it is very status quo year after year. and we're getting some good pieces, and we have the best player defensively I may have ever seen in Joey Porter Jr. But we also have TJ Watt, and it's an amazing thing, and I just want to see different.
So the last truly great rushing team would be the 2016 Broncos. They had 2,000-yard rushers.
Love that.
They won the Super Bowl.
And that
was with Peyton when he couldn't throw anymore either. So
it just this entire cool, it's 3019 bubble screen Todd Haley offense. If you would have taken somebody off the planet in Todd Haley's last years and brought them back for last year, for this year, and not told them who the OC was, they would have said, dude, Todd Haley needs to go. It's not a good offense, guys. And I really, really want the OC. I would love a lateral move for one of these, the Lions OC, the Rams, like one of these guys. I don't think it's going to happen unless we sell them on the heir apparent. I don't want Vrabel as the heir apparent because he's very similar to who we've had, and football has changed.
Okay.
It's funny you bring up Todd Haley because that's the last time that Tomlin hired a coach for a coordinator position outside the organization was Todd Haley.
Hey, Todd had some good seasons.
He did.
Piece of shit Jagoff, but he had some good seasons.
Yeah, no. I get it. Like Tequila Cowboy proved that he was a Jagoff. That's a fair point. But
good pull, Greg.
I just want, and this is something else that's driven me nuts. It does drive me nuts a lot that Tomlin's like coaching tree like hasn't like done well because you would think that like it's not even a bush. It's I don't even know. It's a weed. It's essentially it's what it is.
His like it just takes me right back to the pet and the cat bit. You know what I mean? Like it's just like he has no clue what he said was funny. He doesn't know that it was a sex thing. Like it never registered with him. It was just fucking incredible.
Good job, Greg.
Thank you. It bugs me that you don't have someone already kind of like in your coaching staff that could take on the offense coordinator role. And here's the thing too. I would have been intrigued to see an entire second half of the season with a healthy Kenny Pickett and Sullivan and Faulkner as your co-OCs and see what the offense would have looked like. I really would have. I could have. I'm not saying they're going to light the world on fire and stuff, but it does kind of say a lot that in their first game together, like that was the most yards he's had in his entire career, the most yards the Steelers have had in years. So I thought there was something to it.
Mason's success isn't just because of Mason.
Right.
I'm with you.
Right. Okay.
And here's the thing too. Like, by the way, I'm not necessarily saying we abandoned the whole running game aspect either, because I think you played to your strengths, and the strengths of that team was clearly the fact they had two very capable running backs and a solid run blocking offensive line to work with. So,
you think George Pickens shouldn't get 4 targets a game?
I think he'll get more. I'm not saying that, but I'm also saying that they had really good strengths, and he's a damn good blocker.
Oh, agreed. So. Do you think Pat Freiermuth deserves, I don't know, more than maybe 2 targets a game?
That drove me nuts.
Do you think, Mason I don't know, maybe, call me crazy. The 6'8" tight end we drafted out of Georgia might get a red zone target?
More than a fucking blocking tight end. When I think Joe Buck pointed it out that he's become a great blocking tight end. I was like, he's not a blocking tight end. He's Gronk. Throw him the ball.
We drafted him to be an extension of the line that is still getting beat. Okay, cool. I don't know, maybe in the red zone when he's lined up against the fucking Blake Martinez of the world, we throw it to him.
Call Stetson Bennett. Ask him if that worked out for him.
I don't know.
Call Kirby Smart. Is this guy any fucking good at catching the ball in the red zone?
Look, man.
In fairness, he threw more to Brock Bowers, but that's another story altogether.
Somebody's about to get a Brock Bowers dose.
You want to pull up the stats?
Oh,
that he threw more to that he didn't throw more
in
to
the
Brock
red
Bowers?
zone.
In the red zone.
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know what to even fucking Google there, so that's gonna be on you.
No, but he
Red
conceded,
Cheeks.
so we won.
Yeah,
You're
okay,
up, Josh.
Okay.
He
Hey,
conceded.
Does anybody need to go pee or refill a beer?
No.
No. Okay.
I got
You're good. Okay.
I like this game.
So let's next question.
Go ahead,
dude. Red Cheeks is Jesus.
It's bad. It's getting better on the right side. It is.
I'm surprised you drinking hasn't made it worse, honestly.
Maybe it's balancing it out. Did we ever think of that? That might be part of the
My
problem.
whole face is just red at this
Yeah.
point. Jesus.
Okay. I want to. I got two more questions off the top of my head.
Do it.
The Falcons bringing in Belichick, biggest cuck move in the history of the world.
Define.
Yeah.
How do you handle high pressure situations where your team's against the back? You got your back against the wall. Like, I don't know, roughly like you're down, but like 3
28-3.
scores maybe
28-3,
at halftime
28-3,
in the
yeah.
Super Bowl. What do you do?
I
No, seriously though. What do you think about the Falcons and Belichick? I'm
I
gonna
think
go
it's
Pete.
hilarious.
You do your thing.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious and hysterical, the context around it. But the enemy of your enemy is your friend, and they really only hate Tom Brady, Greg. Belichick to Atlanta makes sense on multiple levels. The first one I'll start with is that division is winnable. So that
Fair.
division is not out of their reach. I think that division is the Bucks and Saints with them. Like, Panthers have their quarterback. Maybe we'll see. I think it's a winnable division, and they're not far away. 2, you can't convince me that they're not a better location for free agents with Billy B than they are with anyone else on the with Vrabel, with Brady, with any of the guys. So I think that allowing him to be your GM too is a smart move. I don't know if I don't think they'd instantly do it, but he's a guy who is a GM. I mean, Belichick's arguably a better GM than coach. If you think about the players that he succeeded with, the low amount of money he spent on wide receiver, running back talent to build up the defense, that's something one. And 3, Greg, really the kind of point of pride here is this would be his best running back he's ever worked with in Bijan Robinson,
Fair,
a top
yeah.
3 tight end for him. And I say 3 because Aaron Hernandez, piece of shit,
But yeah, talent-wise, no, you're not
better
wrong.
than
That's
Gronk. And
Mhm.
wide receiver, you're looking at Drake London, and I don't think Drake London is the guy, but here's how I equate Drake London, Greg. He is one of the elite wide receiver 2s in the league, if given a wide receiver 1. There's so many wide receivers out there to get. I can't promise you anything in terms of who Atlanta would bring in at quarterback, but I will say this. If the Bears move on from Fields, Atlanta will sell the farm for Fields. Tight ends. What up, Freeman? If the Vikings give up on Kirk, Atlanta will pay a certain amount of money to get a guy like Kirk in the building. Jameis Winston, Mariota. There's bridge guys here across the
Yeah.
board. But
Mhm.
they could also, tie themselves to Bo, tie themselves to Penix, tie themselves to Jaden Daniels, all those things. That all being said, Belichick has a really good opportunity here.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was thinking JJ McCarthy kind of strikes me as the perfect quarterback for him in Atlanta. Weirdly enough.
I will probably, I'm trying to think of something nice and how to word this. I will dump a bucket of water in my head at the Airbnb if JJ McCarthy goes in the first round. And that water will have a something heavy in it.
Ice?
Something heavy?
Yeah. A
let-
beer.
let-
A beer?
I was gonna say, let's not hurt him.
Hurt him? Hurt me.
Hurt you, yes.
Greg wants the Falcons to take McCarthy.
I said if Belichick was there, he would strike me as like the perfect quarterback for him almost. But
That's kind of
Deke, to your point,
interesting.
Deke, to your point about him going to Atlanta, and like you threw me off for a second about saying that he's a better GM than coach almost, but
I
it makes
did
sense.
say that, Josh.
It makes sense. It makes sense during the peak years of the Patriots because of the fact that how many times did we see them have a random running back come out and just absolutely dump on people all the time? He had like 4 backs that somehow, some way were able to just rotate constantly, and it was a guessing game because if one fumbled, we knew, oh fuck, he's not playing the rest of the year. And he never had like a true wide receiver 1 except for that 1 year with Randy Moss, and because he developed his tight
Can I
ends
name
well.
some names for you?
Running backs or receivers?
Running backs.
Go ahead.
James White,
James
Rex
Blanco.
Burkhead,
Mm-hmm.
Jonas
Lamar Blunt.
Gray, LeGarrette Blunt.
Thank you.
Super close.
So
Who? Yes, LeGarrette Blunt.
Yeah.
Do you know who didn't work out? number 1 round Sony Michelle. But
Which is
Rex
crazy.
Burkhead, dude, he's a better GM than coach, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that he's
he gets more with less. And now, honestly, we can make the case here that the entire reason that we're now looking at him as being a bad general manager is because they picked the wrong quarterback.
Well. Let's pump the brakes on that. They didn't go get one of the good quarterbacks.
They let the quarterback fall to them, and they thought that he was going to be the perfect transition for them.
May I?
Yeah.
But
They're also out here drafting Chattanooga guards, and he worked out fine. Whatever. They have a bad O-line, and they haven't had a good wide receiver since Julian Edelman retired. They haven't had a serviceable, is the word I'll use. They have not had a serviceable wide receiver since Julian Edelman, former Division I college football quarterback, retired. Right. They have not had a good skill position player even. It's crazy what the fuck they've tried to give Mac Jones to play with.
But so that's where the logic comes in then, is that when they had Brady, it was essentially along the mindset of you can make anything work when you had Brady as your quarterback. So now realizing, oh shit, we don't have Brady, you have to make up for that some sort of way. You can't just do the same old and expect it to still work in that time. Young quarterbacks need elite skill players to work for them. That's just it's their best friends to a degree. But what I will say, the thing with Atlanta that intrigues me is that they have not had a good defense for as long as I can remember. And you had Belichick there, that would be a big upgrade in terms of scheme change. And I'd be at least intrigued to see what he does in terms of getting talent there and seeing how to coach them up properly. Because aside from AJ Terrell and Grady Jarrett, I could not name you any other good Atlanta defensive player.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with saying that that's fair, but can we also agree that that's a pretty winnable division?
Yep. Super.
No, it is, and it's very much along the lines of, like, if he can build up that team, you can get into a situation where you are back to the AFC East of old, where 3 teams were terrible. And
they have Bud Dupree, idiot. He's good.
I forgot that.
They also have Jesse Bates, who's an actual real answer, Greg, but I had to look that up.
Okay, fair. I forgot he was a free agent.
In your defense, they also have Calais Campbell. None of those guys are guys that are like, oh, they're jumping off the board. So I'm with you. I very much am aligned with you there. Can we agree, though, that is probably the situation in which Belichick would be able to operate the best?
Sure. Yeah, he would have carte blanche, right? He would have whatever the fuck he
wanted. So wait,
get us out of this limbo. Good.
That's what I mean. Define operate best, because, like, are you talking like carte blanche, do whatever you want, or are we talking about, like, based on the current talent that is there, like, go far with?
Great question.
Because I'm saying, like, if you want to go with talent based off that, you got a team in LA, and I still say you got a team in Seattle that you can win with right now.
So I think that's fair. I think that is not what I was going at. So here's what I'll describe it as. Carolina head coaching, same division, has a quarterback, has an elite edge rusher, is a good tackle and Icky. We like him a lot. Not the situation that you want to go to due to some cap, some old guys. Vegas. Davis is never going to let you run that whole team, no matter who you say, no matter what you are. He's always going to look for flash. Chargers. They aren't chasing do what you need to do to win. They are chasing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They are chasing the Broncos. They're chasing inner division there. Seattle. Hold on. Let me get through this roster real quick.
Go ahead.
Seattle. Go ahead. They are not saying get us back to the Super Bowl. They are saying get us to the head of or the flip of it. They're not saying get us to the head of this division. They're saying replicate what Pete Carroll once did here. Tennessee. Hey, this might be a winnable division. Tennessee's the real only team. You have Will Levis. I love Will Levis. Do not get me wrong. But you got C.J. Stroud. You got Richardson. Those are both in there. And Bryce Young. Technically all better quarterbacks than Will Levis. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Washington, that division sucks. Atlanta is the only one in that entire group, in my opinion, that's going to look around. Not Bryce Young for Tennessee. Trevor Lawrence.
Too long, yeah.
Apologies there. Atlanta's the only one in that group, in my opinion, that looks and says, hey, man, all we want to do is win 9 games. 9
Yep.
games, we win the division. Chargers, you got to win more. Vegas, you got to win more. Carolina, still in there, around the same thing. But Atlanta at least gives you a brand new quarterback with a good running back and a good wide receiver, and they're saying 9 games. Seattle wants more. Tennessee needs more. Washington cannot do that. Atlanta, it's the only situation where he'll step in and really be like, dude, I can bring in guys to win 9. I can
Right.
get 9
Yeah, you can get
games
9
and
quick.
win the division.
Next year.
That's where I'm at
Yeah.
with it, Greg.
That's
The other-
fair.
the other-
Well,
Greg, your big indictment on him was the Mac Jones miss. With Trevor Lawrence teetering between bust and official, right? Because really, we still don't know. The book is still out. The worst thing he did was draft a quarterback in a class where everybody felt like this was the quarterback class of the future, and that the Patriots at the time literally needed a fucking quarterback.
that's fair. They did.
So he takes a flyer. He doesn't really trade, like he traded up to get him, but he didn't trade the bank to go up and get him. Here's the other quarterbacks that were taken that year. Trevor Lawrence has taken 1-1. Zach Wilson's taken it 2. Bust. Trey Lance at 3. Bust. Justin Fields at 4. Bust. Mac Jones is the 5th quarterback taken. After him, it's not even like he missed on somebody. If anything, he got the best of what was left because Kyle Trask, Kalen Mond, Davis Mills, and Ian Brook are the ones that are left. And Sam Ellinger.
Shout out Sam.
Mm-hmm. Texas boy. It's fair. I'll give you that.
He had to draft
It's
a
shit.
quarterback. He didn't have
He
an
had
option.
to.
Could have gotten a 1 year before. I don't know. Could he have?
No, I mean, like, he's coming off of the 1-year rental of Cam Newton, and hear me out. He went 7-10, 8-9.
Yeah,
with
and if Cam Newton doesn't get hurt, are we even having this conversation?
A really good question.
Yeah, I think the Cam experiment actually could have deserved another season, honestly, just based on that. And I thought that he worked well with Belichick. I just think, man, I just don't know. I think I'm not saying that Belichick took for granted what he had with Brady from this perspective, because we talk about this is like the role players that Brady had around him weren't always elite, except if you want to go with Gronk and Hernandez in that 1 year with Moss. If you want to go there, they were like elite level players for their time. But Brady made everything around them work to the point where it was kind of like you could almost do no harm. So when you bring in a young quarterback, you don't have that elite level skill players that you kind of need to be able to work with and be able to kind of grow from to help you with that. So I think that's where the difference is with that. But
the other
having
thing
that
I just want to point out, because I asked the question, so I want to answer it.
Yeah.
They didn't have a first round pick in 2020. So they weren't getting any of those legitimate all-star world-changing quarterbacks like Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Love, Hurts. They weren't getting any of those guys. And then I guess they could have gotten Hurts in the second round.
Could have. But
Could have.
hindsight's 2020. We took
Yeah.
Claypool.
we did
No,
Mapletron, baby.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Tomlin.
I know. I'm just letting you know. We could have taken him, but I hate him.
Could have
now.
had Jake Fromm. You know what?
But he sucks now.
Yeah. Well,
Cole
so I did want to
McDonald,
say.
you know?
I wanted to bring up one quick thing too. When you were Deke, when you were going through the list of like all the cities that, or of all the teams that he could have gone to, I would have. When you brought up LA,
Yeah.
I immediately kind of wanted to be like, that is one place that he should not go to, even though it would be
Ooh.
the best situation for him to succeed. The reason is because LA is not trying to compete necessarily for a Super Bowl or even within their division. LA's
Okay.
trying to compete with trying to be relevant in their city. Which
Yeah,
is
no,
not.
I disagree
which
with
is
that. I
not
don't think anybody's relevant in LA.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
Fair,
see
It's not a
both
but,
sides
it's not
of
a
that.
football city. Yeah,
I
it's not
see
a football
both sides
city.
of that.
But I would argue that Belichick, I think when you're the Chargers and you kind of are a second class citizen, like within your city and in your own stadium, it's kind of like, what can we do? And this should not be the case, by the way, whatsoever. It really should be like, if we win, if we like, compete every single year, we should be able to like get fans or at least like get some sort of following, but they can't.
Yeah,
So
in a
that's why-
perfect
that's
world,
why
we'd also all eat for free and fucking get gas at $2. Like, yeah, that'd be amazing, Greg. No football team is successfully bringing people in Los Angeles, so we're not going to sit here
Unless
and say
they're
Chargers.
winners.
Unless they're winners. No, even unless they're in the Super Bowl. Like
Yeah.
even the Rams, like they're not bringing people in. It's a celebrity event.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even sit here and say that they need to be relevant in their city. One, because that's not possible. Two, because they left San Diego. So I don't give a shit about
True.
what they need to be. They need to beat the Chiefs.
Okay. Let's move on to the last question I have. Greg, we're
Okay.
going to start with you. And
Okay.
I don't want what you think is going to happen. I want your fantasy factory. This would be so cool if this happened. And I
Okay.
want to leave open teams that have not solidified this yet. So, like, we don't know what Harbaugh's status is. He could go back to Michigan tomorrow, right? So let's leave Dallas on the table. Let's leave the Eagles on the table. Hell, let's leave the Steelers on the table.
Ooh.
Ooh, now you're getting
Any
spicy.
team
Okay.
where the head coach is shaky, okay,
Okay.
as well as all the openings, where do you want Jim Harbaugh to coach next year?
Oh man.
If you got to take a minute, Deke or I can go.
No, let them squirm.
The one that like I think everyone wants him to go just based off of the opening is probably LA because he has been adamant about how much he loves Justin Herbert, and I frankly think that team, goddamn, that team just has so much fucking talent and and really could compete year in and year out if they just do not have stupidity that is telling them what to do and what not to do. So like I think that at least solidifies them. But if we're leaving like every single like shaky coaching establishment in, put him in Dallas. Put him in Dallas.
I know,
Put him
right?
in Dallas. Put him in Dallas right away. I know because here's the thing. Jerry is the owner, general manager, CEO. He's the VP of marketing. He's everything. You want to have that. And here's the thing. When Harbaugh was in San Francisco, one of the reasons that he struggled was because he clashed with Trent Baalke, who was the GM at the time. If you are just dealing with Jerry the entire time, you're going to tell me that a combo of Jerry and Jim trying to work together to bring the Dallas Cowboys to Super Bowl isn't going to be entertaining. And here's the other thing too. Jerry already let one Jim get away. Bring in a new Jim and get back to another Super Bowl.
I just really like the idea that Jim Harbaugh walks in day one and he says to Jerry Jones, "You know about these Lululemon khakis?" That's how the conversation starts. He's
There
like,
has
he's
to
here
be-
for an
That is the only
interview.
way it's successful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a Lululemon store like on like the Dallas Cowboys like facility,
Probably.
like within that park somewhere, I bet.
Deke. That's kind of hard to beat. That's a
It's
dumpster fire
not.
waiting to happen.
Yeah, so that's the thing is where do you want to see Harbaugh?
Right.
And Greg picked a situation in which will never happen that is just going to end in complete dumpster
In
fire.
fairness,
It
Josh
was
told me
Fantasy
to like leave
Factory.
it.
Yeah.
Josh
No.
told me to.
Totally fine. But it's like that's not a situation in which you want to see like a Harbaugh-led offense or that's just you being like I want to sit at home and read
Yeah.
Mike Greeny's fucking articles about the two
He
of
just
them.
wants to
Which
read
is
the
fine.
Athletic about how Harbaugh and Jerry are
Yes.
fighting and like, yeah.
I'll tell you exactly where Harbaugh should go.
Go
and
ahead.
it's very simple.
Fantasy Factory.
Doesn't even need to be fantasy.
Okay. All right.
I think that the situations that arise. So obviously everyone wants him to go to LA with the Chargers and have Herbert. I personally I don't see it for one reason. There's no real tie-in to what Harbaugh has done in the past. Every decision he has something to do with what he did. You know what I mean? Like he played at Michigan, so he's going there.
It's got to go
I
backward
think-
to go forward.
Got to go backward to go forward. I
Uh,
think that the situation that makes the most sense for Harbaugh, if you consider who he is, what he does, he needs longevity. He can't
Yeah.
go to a franchise and need a year or 2 years. And if he goes right now to the Chargers, he's tied to Herbert's success. He
Yep.
goes in, he has his quarterback.
Right.
What's the one thing, Greg, I always say about coaches that come in? They want their guy.
Right.
Pick a
JJ.
situation that has no guy
Okay.
with a draft pick where you could get JJ,
Uh-oh.
and then you have a shirtless Harbaugh next to a shirtless DK Metcalf in Seattle. Taking over for Pete Carroll, who is a long-standing USC coach in California. You pull Harbaugh out of San Francisco, you put him in the same division, and you follow, hear me out, Greg, the greatest scandal coach in college football history with another great scandal coach in college football.
That's apropos in and of itself.
Also-
that's funny.
Also, Pete Carroll, say what you want, top 5 coach all time. He's one of the
In
only
what?
ones that has a national championship
Oh.
and a Super Bowl. You don't think Harbaugh wants that title? To have a national
I do.
championship and a,
Oh
and a
yeah,
Super
for sure.
Bowl?
For sure.
I
for
think
sure.
that Seattle offers him a
So much.
situation that is arguably a quarterback away, a very talented young defense with Witherspoon and Tariq and Brooks and a couple guys in
A
there.
winnable division.
2 good running backs,
Ooh.
great wide receivers, a good offensive line, and a division that winnable.
It's
there.
competitive, very
Yeah.
competitive.
He can
Yeah.
beat the Rams and McVay. And if he beats McVay, he beats the prodigal child of LA. He walks out of there and he can dick smack the world going, Pete Carroll cheated. He won a Super Bowl. I cheated. I won a Super Bowl. Harbaugh to Seattle is where I'm planting my flag.
I love that. I love that. Also, Jim likes blue better than he likes most colors. So he'd be wearing that, like, I forget, it's like ocean
He was in
blue
San
or
Francisco.
whatever.
And he was in San Francisco and he was at Stanford, both red.
And they didn't look good, did he? He didn't succeed there. He didn't
He
win
got
the
them to the
ultimate
Super Bowl.
title at Stanford,
really good
or he was on the verge, but he never made it. He won in blue.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Harbaugh was the head coach of that Stanford team that upset Pete Carroll when he had like Barkley and like all these other guys, like when they were a top 5 team or something. I think he already beat Pete Carroll, actually.
I would
That
trust
makes
you with that.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
All right.
That's where I'm
Um,
at.
All right. Are there any? I feel like we turned over every NFL stone.
There are not really many pending free agents that are sexy this year.
Oh,
No, it's kind of a weak class this year.
Derrick
actually.
Henry's the 1-1, right?
He's a trade candidate, I think. I don't think he's a free agent.
No, he's
Pretty sure
done
he's
there,
a free
bud.
agent, bud.
He's
a free agent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was. I thought he still had like a year left on his contract or something.
No. He big done.
Oh, okay.
Great thought though. But yeah, he's out, which is it's sad, but it makes sense.
By the way, I did want to point this out. So I'm looking forward to this weekend because
Yeah, he's
I
done.
think divisional round weekend is the best football weekend of the year because the games I think are like the most competitive. These matchups are not like I don't know why. There's just something about like when I look at all 4 of these matchups, there's not something that that's like I'm gravitating towards.
What are you fucking
Yeah.
talking about? The Chiefs and Bills are playing again.
Huh.
But
That's
it's like it's a different Chiefs and Bills.
No, it's not. The Chiefs are
different.
fucking underdogs. They're a fucking 3.5-point dog. This is the best
That's why-
fucking game you could fucking wish for.
Josh,
the boogeyman
Josh.
is an underdog going into Buffalo. What are you
Josh.
fucking talking about?
I just said
right,
it's
Greg.
a different Chiefs Bills game though, from what I mean. It's different. It's weird because like this is not the typical like high flying Chiefs offense that's gonna like put up yards and numbers the entire time. They're a defense first team, which is weird. And then this Bills team, they're a run heavy team the entire time that gets it to a play action perspective, which is weird. Because it's
Greg.
not Josh Allen doing everything under
Greg.
the sun.
Greg.
Like these two
Greg.
teams are different compared to the other.
They
times.
are
It's so- it's
different.
weird.
Greg,
That's a
they
very
both
good point.
scored 30 points in the first in the wild card round. They scored 30 plus points. Both teams did. They still both have their star quarterbacks and coaches. This is
They
this
may
is
have that.
it's the same thing minus Tyreek Hill, buddy. But guess what? Patrick Mahomes found somebody else to be Tyreek Hill, buddy.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice looks awesome.
It's like
He
it's
does, I
but
will.
here's what's even better is he's got Pacheco who fucking beats the ground like it owes him money. Like
Yep.
this is the best. This is the best the Bills Chiefs rivalry has ever been. And it's in Buffalo. And it's gonna be in more snow and more frozen field. This is like it on steroids. Yeah, it's different because it's better. This is fucking tight, man. I cannot tell you how excited I am to watch this game, and the fucking governor of New York, that asshole, keeps pushing my
That is
game flag.
crazy.
That fucking asshole needs to just let football be football. But like,
Yeah,
come
news.
on,
Yeah,
man.
news broke right before we did this show. Was I think got moved again apparently.
How about Jordan Love? He's going to try to fucking prove his shit against the dominant fucking 49ers. That's gonna be a tight game.
Yeah.
That part I'm at least like I'm somewhat excited for, but I still feel like in somehow, some way the Niners are just gonna dunk all over that. Green
Probably,
Bay
but
You
what
think?
if they don't?
I think they will.
What
I think
if
they
Jordan
will.
Love balls out and he puts his nuts in fucking Shanahan's coffee and he's like, yeah, that's right, bitch, you still suck, you'll never be your dad. What if that happens?
Probably will
Wow,
happen.
okay.
What
Yeah.
What if in the Good Guy Bowl, right, between
The Good
Baker
Guy Bowl.
Mayfield and Dan Campbell, they both
The
put up
Good
40
Guy
fucking points and it's a shootout?
Good
What if that happens? What if that's fucking tight? How are you not excited? The
That's a good
Ravens,
question, Greg.
the Ravens are gonna have to put up or fucking shut up this weekend. It's so much fun. It's so much. There's fun everywhere. You're just fucking miserable sitting in your fucking mansion in fucking Homestead, being miserable like
Hey,
fucking Bruce Wayne,
Being
walking
miserable.
around looking for your butler. This
Being
is a great
miserable.
football weekend.
Being miserable.
I'm so happy I just let Josh go off on a tangent and preview all of divisional round weekend.
Well,
and
he's
that
not
was-
wrong. You are being
He's
a
not
little bit.
wrong. He's not wrong.
curmudgeon.
That was impressive. That was impressive.
Being a
Especially because
curmudgeon, Greg.
last weekend only
I
one,
apologize.
two, 1.5 games were close. The second half of the
1.5
Steelers game
games
and the
were
Lions
close.
game. Those are the only games that were close.
It's super wild card weekend, not close wild card weekend. Damn it.
You did say that way too much, which I also
did.
respect.
The I don't know how you're like the Bills and the Chiefs are playing football. That's all
You know what
you
it is?
need, man.
You know what it is? It's literally because I've been overdosed with every single thing on sports radio, just in sports TV, just all about why the Cowboys are terrible. That I haven't had the ability to like embrace
Fuck
the goodness that I'm gonna
Cowboys.
get. I know, but I haven't had the chance to like embrace what I'm getting, and therefore that's probably why I'm a curmudgeon in and of
Patrick,
itself.
This is
Do you think that's why?
this is John
Probably,
Elway.
yeah.
John Elway versus Dan Marino for the 4th time in your life in the playoffs. Who doesn't want to see that?
I didn't say I, didn't
I
wanna
don't
see
want to
it,
see Josh Allen get his dick beat in again.
It's gonna happen.
That-
I know. I don't. That's what I
Oh.
don't want to
Fucking part.
see.
I
Oh, it's
really,
gonna happen.
no, because I watched that Bills Bengals game last year in the divisional round. I was sitting at a bar and I watched them, and I watched the Bengals just absolutely just treat the snow like it wasn't even there. And I just saw the depressed look on the Bills' face. That was when the Stephon Diggs drama happened, and I'm like, I don't want that again. I want the Bills to at least
No.
like get close, please.
Hey,
And so-
Greg,
think it will this
here's one for you. The Bills
God.
are Mick Foley. Fan favorites, good guys, try hard.
How
They're
dare
never
you.
built to be champions.
How
They'll never
dare
be
you.
the champions. Dude love
Fuck you,
Cactus
Mick Foley
Jack,
was
mankind
champion.
doesn't matter.
Mick Foley was a champion, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
You show
because
some
Austin
respect.
dragged the lifeless body of The Rock on top of him.
Hey, still counts.
Okay,
Still
thank
counts.
you.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Sounds like cheating. You know what I mean?
It was so tight, though.
Okay, it was. That's good.
Best pop ever. Best pop
Mhm.
ever.
Was that the best pop ever? I
Oh
thought it was.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's
The pop. Yeah.
it's that or Cena coming back when Roman was in the ring talking shit. It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
While you guys went on that tangent,
Okay.
my boss and our sales guy were texting about the pitch we did today.
Yeah.
and the joke I told you.
Yeah.
He just said, also, Derek, your line about being the first people to clean an Airbnb was incredible. The sales guy just said it. So
Yo.
I don't
Wow.
want to say.
If your sales
Bean,
guy's kind of like
Bean?
our sales guy, compliments are hard to come by. So,
Bean, thoughts?
Bean, show us your dick. Shouldn't yell that.
He's 2,
Yeah.
so that's weird.
Shouldn't yell that.
That's
Second it came out of my
that's
mouth. I was
Hey,
like,
guess
"Oops."
what?
Kind
In
of-
dog
kind of
years,
illegal.
he's 14, still illegal.
Still illegal.
Still illegal. Yeah.
I'm gonna pee, and then
yeah.
you guys decide what else we're gonna do
Okay.
today.
While you're peeing, Greg,
Yo,
I just want to tell you something really important.
tell me something very important, Joshua.
If you're tracking our beloved Pittsburgh Penguins,
Indeed, I am.
I need you to realize that the wild card is not in grasp, and that we will not be a wild card team, and that if you want the Penguins to make the playoffs, you need to just keep your eye on the divisional standings. That we will have to be the third in the division if we're going to make the playoffs.
Is this because of just, first off, the Red Wings are back, essentially?
All the way.
And is it also because of just the mess of humanity that is currently in play for that wild card, that trying to just grab out of it is going to be very hard to do?
Tampa and Toronto are currently in the wild card,
Which is crazy. Very, very crazy to think about. Yeah.
so that means there's somehow 3 teams ahead of those 2 teams.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just pointing out here. So I've seen that. I saw the division standings earlier today. They're in 4th, I believe. They're in 4th.
Yep.
But they're also they're in a 3-way tie with the Capitals and
Islanders.
Islanders. Yes. Now, granted, I find it very hard that they're going to pass the Hurricanes, because I know they're 5 points back, but when they play the Hurricanes, they always struggle. Although this past Saturday, they didn't play too bad against them after the first 10 minutes of the game, when the Hurricanes just had the onslaught against them. So there's that. But I do not see the Flyers staying in 3rd place long. I don't. I see them crashing and burning at some point, and I think that they will be fighting for a wild card at that point. So
here's
getting that third spot in the division, I agree, is going to be key. But that mismatch of us, Caps, Flyers, Islanders is going to be interesting down the stretch.
Greg, here's the problem. Do you know what John Tortorella does? He coaches to be the last team in the playoffs. That is his bread and butter. He has done that for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Decades. And guess what? He's going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless we find a way to beat our most historic, greatest rivals, we will most likely miss the playoffs 2 years in a row. Or there has to be some type of epic collapse from the Devils or the Canes.
I didn't even think about the Devils. Fuck. I completely forgot, because they've been irrelevant for most of the year because they had a lot of injuries.
Metro standings. Oh, I'm sorry. The Rangers, Flyers, and Hurricanes are ahead of us by a substantial amount.
Yeah. Rangers aren't going anywhere, that's for sure.
Just to give everybody an update on Hockey Talkie. That's all we need to do. All right.
Yes.
Do you want to do a draft, or do you want to try to do the super card fight generator?
Both.
Okay, great. That's fine. I got nowhere to be. Let's see. All right, full screen. Boom. Okay. So, Deke, I've got it up, and it says the Common Cold has Doctor Strange for hands on a blimp.
I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
because I said I thought I said a draft, and then I looked up, and I was replying to that very nice text, and then I realized that we're doing fight, and so I need you to do it again.
Okay.
And what we'll do is say it with the same vigor and attitude, and
Yeah.
I will click on one, and then Greg will decide who wins after we fight. I apologize profusely to you both. I am very like rattled by this face rash. Not
Yeah.
in a like
Yeah. I get it.
like as in like my whole face is hot and I don't.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit pick more card. Do you want what's coming up next, or do you want what comes
this
up
is mine.
after that? You get the option. You can defer or receive.
And Greg receives the other one?
Yeah.
Whichever one I do. Okay, I will defer.
Okay. Greg, you have a T-Rex has to pee really bad. Sidekick is Black Panther.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I need to write this down because we're dumb.
Hang
on.
Our last one I played was a T-Rex that could turn things it touches into hummus.
Greg has
Oh,
T-Rex.
I remember that card. I've seen that card. That's a lot of fun.
Has to pee. Wow, I've been drinking. Sidekick. Black Panther. Okay, great. Deke. Oh man, it gave me the common cold again. That's kind of bullshit. Okay, you have the common cold. His top half is Batman. The bottom half is Iron Man. Pretty cool. Okay. All right, how's this work from here?
I think you read it to Greg again.
Okay.
T-Rex.
Yep. Hang on. Greg, you have T-Rex, who has to pee really bad, and his sidekick is Black Panther. Deke,
Okay.
you have the common cold, whose top half is Batman and his bottom half is Iron Man.
Yeah, okay. So I win. So Josh, you get to fight me next because this is easy.
Well, how do we?
How is this easy?
This is so.
So
Greg.
do you guys pitch me on why your guy wins, right? That's how this works. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I need to write. Greg, do you remember yours?
Yes.
Okay, Greg. Let's hear the pitch. Deke, you are the
Okay.
common cold. Your top half is Batman. Your bottom half is Iron Man. All right, Greg. T-Rex, who has to pee really bad. Sidekick, Black Panther. Go.
Okay, first of all, my sidekick is literally T'Challa, the king of Wakanda. I can literally have him do whatever the hell I want in this case, which is going to be fight my enemy for me while I'm dancing around on my two legs, trying to withhold the pee that I have. And while I'm doing that, by the way, I'm still 20 fucking feet taller than my enemy with regards to that. So I can literally squash you. And let's also be clear here.
T-Rexes were 12 foot high. You fucking idiot.
Whatever. I don't think dinosaurs can even get a cold. Hasn't even been proven. Was the common cold even around back then for dinosaurs? So therefore,
So
this
easy,
won't
Josh.
even affect me to begin with. And frankly, I can have T'Challa do my work for me. And if he struggles at any point, fine. It's still a 2-on-1 advantage. Like, what are you going to do the entire time? You can't take on Black Panther and myself when I'm this goddamn tall, and I'm literally angry because I got pissed really, really bad to begin with.
Okay, first off, you're not 20 foot tall. T-Rexes were 12 foot tall on average. Jag off.
Whatever.
So just factually
Still
incorrect.
tall. Still
Two,
tall.
All right.
did you just say what killed Greg? Literally cold killed the dinosaurs. A meteor hit and we went into a literal cold era. And it killed the dinosaurs. What do you
Literal
mean they
cold
died
and
from
the common cold are different. Come on.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true at all.
I think
when
you're
it's
bad
cold,
at
you get
science.
cold. That's terrible. Three. You want to say that you are going to force the Black Panther to do your bidding?
Sidekick.
Weird on MLK week. 4, all I'm going to say here is top half Batman. So I have the brain of the world's greatest detective. Bottom half Iron Man. I have flying boots. And my dick is covered. I am the common cold with the greatest brain ever. With the greatest suit of armor attached to my legs ever.
Bottom half, yeah.
I don't have to defeat the Black Panther, Greg. All I have to do is defeat a T-Rex that has tiny arms. And I will shoot my legs up into the air and vertical towards you and go through your body, infecting you with the common cold, killing the T-Rex.
Greg, Here's the deal. You
Oh my
painted me a
God.
picture of a UFC fighter who's 1-2 all time. Black Panther's 1-2 all time. Is he not?
What?
This
He
Black Panther.
lost to Michael B. Jordan. Then he beats Michael B. Jordan, and now he's dead. So he's 1-2 all time. And
What?
Barney
Whoa!
doing the pee-pee dance. That's what you gave
Whoa.
me to work
Yeah,
with.
the fact that you have to pee is crazy.
We're gonna discount the entire Thanos situation whatsoever. He was a part of like taking down the Mad Titan.
Oh,
Come
so
on.
Iron Man, the guy that did do it, is not.
Yeah, Greg.
Top.
This is,
That was
this
the
is
bottom.
tough. All right.
Oh my God.
If
He was on
this
his
was
knees.
around the horn, I would mute Greg. Okay. So Deke, you keep these cards, yeah? The Common Cold, Batman.
I am the
and
Common
Iron Man?
Cold Batman, Iron Man, and you are whatever comes up next, and Greg decides.
I'm your mom, 10 stories tall. The top half is everyone at Burning Man. Wow.
Oh my God.
Chaos Storm.
I-
baby.
Whose mom?
Your mom. I'm Marsha. 10 stories tall, and the top half of me is everyone at Burning Man.
Wow.
Greg, here's the deal.
Okay.
I'm Marsha Whiten.
Yes,
Fierce
you are.
mother lover, okay? Also, as we know from the pictures, fierce hippie, okay? Fierce hippie, lover of Dave Matthews Band.
Okay.
This is my ultimate final form. I have grown 10 stories tall. I am the size of Godzilla. And I have
You said 10
the
feet.
spiritual energy of hippies gathering at Burning Man for their ultimate ritual. I am all of the hippie power at Godzilla size. I don't care if you're the world's greatest detective. I don't care if you're a billionaire. Money and smarts will not outweigh or outbattle the pure energy that I'm letting off. Also, did I mention that I'm a redhead? So I'm on fire. I'm on fire. And God forbid that my sons be in between me and Iron Man. I'm getting to my fucking kids. And I'm going to protect them. And I'm going to hug them with all of my beautiful hippie love at Burning Man. While I'm literally on fire and the size of Godzilla.
My mom has autoimmune disease.
You're literally susceptible to the common cold. Dude, I did such a good job. I did such a good job.
I'll let you go.
I did such a good
I
job.
love my mom so
though.
much, but yet she has autoimmune disease. And I'm the common
All
cold.
right, Greg, you're back up.
I would like a clip of that, Josh. Our first clip
Decades.
of 2024.
Oh my gosh. That
I
was-
want
that
this
was
clip.
incredible.
I
Share
was
this clip.
I was shook before the show today, and now I'm shook during the show.
Oh
today.
my God. There is a reason, Greg, I don't normally
Oh.
shut up. And I knew he was going to spin a beautiful web. And
Oh my God.
I love my mother dearly, and I don't
You
know
just-
what would
you
happen
had
against
that.
the common cold, but she has an autoimmune disease that I believe I also have. Hence
You-
a lot of stuff.
Damn.
That was
dude.
the greatest like back pocket move I've ever
She hasn't
seen.
texted you yet, which means that she's not watching anymore.
I
so
don't
that's
think
good.
I don't think we need to continue with this game. I think we should go to the draft. It's not going to
Oh
be
my
better
God.
than that.
That was
Let's
incredible.
Let's go to
That was
the draft.
incredible.
I
That
was
was
just
one of-
thinking in my whole head. I was like, well, just let him kind of spin a web.
I
And
did
then-
so good.
Oh my God. You
You did a
had that
great
ready.
job.
You had that ready. Oh my God.
All
Did
right,
a great job.
here we go.
Oh God.
That was very fucking funny.
You were preaching just so much
That's-
love and energy.
That is an
Really
old
were.
school 2 beers deep clip. Like it really is. Like that is a
That felt good.
Yoshi poops eggs. My mom nursed at Mercy.
My
Yeah.
mom, dude, I forgot about that. So you brought that up tonight, Josh, and that is
It's my favorite.
one of our peak moments ever. Let's draft.
That and him check out this asshole, and also him calling you a pussy for not being able to eat the hot sauce.
Yes.
That was one of my ultimate favorites. All right, the running backs are running. I've added some things and I think the one that's going to win is really going to be delightful. So I added things that blank think about regularly in the like Roman Empire kind of thing, but I added me, you, and Greg to that. And what won first is things Greg thinks about regularly.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I
Oh
know,
my
right? This is
God.
a good one. So let's go to that. Okay, and then let me change this to. Nope, that's not it. Where are we going? Draft topic. Things Greg thinks about regularly.
Oh my god.
Now, Greg, you get to draft here.
Yeah, this is like.
So, like, it's kind of an advantage to you in a large way, you know?
It's just a broad what he thinks about.
Yeah, what Greg thinks about regularly. Like, you know, it's like the joke. Like, the men think about the
No,
Roman
yeah,
Empire. Yeah. Oh, shit. Greg just got first overall pick on the spin the wheel. So that's kind of ridiculous.
Oh fuck.
I guess we're going to find out a lot about Greg tonight. And then let's find out who goes
Hold on.
second. I
I'm
feel like
pulling up.
this is not a snake draft. I feel like this is top of the order situation. Deke,
cool
you're
with that.
going second.
Cool.
I'm just wiping out our top 5 Butt Rocks band draft, which I, again, think was just brilliant.
Elite. That was elite. Yeah.
Listening to Creed on my way home, drinking out of a fucking red Solo cup.
Dude, God bless Creed being brought back into the limelight. Honestly, I'm very, very. That makes me so happy.
All right, here we go. Greg, Deke, Josh, things Greg thinks about regularly.
So Greg, Deke, Josh, Greg, Deke, Josh, Greg, Deke,
Yep.
Josh, the whole way through. Okay.
Yep, you got it. Greg, what's something you think about regularly?
Probably. All right. So number one is how the hell am I going to come up with a good Thursday morning text for
That's a good one.
Deke
Ooh,
and
yeah.
You worry
Josh?
about that a lot. Yeah.
I
You worry
do.
about- yeah.
I do. Yeah.
And
You
they
worry about
are,
that a lot.
for those, that's a little inside baseball. Greg texts Derek and I every Thursday morning for God now, however many years, a little
years,
like pump
multiple
up
years.
text about the show and how we're gonna do great and what we're gonna talk about. So, yeah, Greg's Thursday morning text, something I always look forward to. Also, as you can imagine, Derek and I are always all over him if he's a second late on delivering it. So,
Without fail.
Deke, what's something Greg
Yeah.
thinks about regularly?
Why the term sody pop isn't used more.
Oh, shit. How do you even...
SODIPOP.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Why the term sody pop isn't used more.
Oh, that's...
I got a lot.
I feel like I'm at a
Not
disadvantage
surprised.
right now.
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Fuck.
I've got a lot.
Oh no.
My 1-1 about Greg thinks about regularly is how much he hates cats.
Oh, you're going like real. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank
I
you.
think it's gonna be Greg's is gonna be a list of actual anxieties he has.
Yeah.
Yours are gonna be
Oh,
Greg related things,
Yeah.
and mine are weird.
Delightful.
Yeah.
which
yeah.
which is just a perfect mix, I'll say. Which is
Yeah.
just a perfect mix.
Oh.
Oh,
Greg.
God.
What's something you think about regularly?
What do I think about? What am I going to think about regularly? How I'm gonna afford all the future purchases that I have planned probably over the next 6 or 7 months because I
Yeah.
overplan a lot. Yeah,
Yep, yep,
so I got
yep,
that going
yep,
for me.
yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah, yeah. I plan too much. Yeah.
Deke,
That's a really good one, Greg. I have how unappreciated the toaster is.
I do love the toaster. Oh god.
that is
How unappreciated the toaster is, please.
Oh
that
god.
is man.
Oh.
This is this is literally Greg's maybe closest friends in the world other than Ryan Votash.
I disagree on that one. Okay.
Just rip it on him.
I'm totally cool with it.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Just ask
No,
me
come on.
what
No, don't do it. Do it. Come on. Do it.
color is terracotta?
This is exactly how I wanted this to go.
Yes, yes, I'm so happy. This is a thing. I'm so happy.
What color is terracotta?
That was a good one. That was
Thank you.
this is how I wanted this to go.
Inside baseball, but that
Yeah.
was that's a home run.
Oh god, I'm so happy that was a thing.
Color is terracotta. Sorry, Gil, I love you. So good.
Oh man.
That was as good as Sony Pop. I think that was really good.
Contextually
Yeah.
correct.
All right, Greg.
Sony Pop's just
So good. Greg, what is something you think about regularly?
Okay. Actually this one came up today. How am I gonna justify not having to go into the office?
Oh,
that's a good one.
okay.
That's a good one.
Which I was able to do for tomorrow, thankfully. So I'm very
Nice.
happy about that.
That's a good one, Greg. Good job, buddy.
Not going to the office.
Oh fuck.
I like the caricatures that Deke and I are painting. That's
Yeah.
No, I love it. I
far
love
better.
it. Please. Listen,
Okay.
this is actually this makes me feel really good. This is actually
I'm
very
glad.
therapeutic for me. This is therapeutic for me, so I
I'm
love
glad.
it.
Am I up next?
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe it's all
Okay.
you.
I'll say things Greg thinks about regularly. The inflation rate as it pertains to Girl Scout cookies.
You laugh, but god damn it, I saw something about how Girl Scout cookies are now more expensive, and I'm pissed
Oh
because
my
I want some damn tag-alongs, motherfucker. Hey,
This is actually something he
if
thought
I get if I get my damn tag-alongs and I have to pay extra for it, I'm gonna be hot. Just saying.
The inflation rate as it pertains to
thinks
Girl
about-
Scout cookies is my answer.
Don't fuck with my tag-alongs, damn it.
All of yours were like funny, but this.
They're all real. You can't tell me Greg hasn't said Sody Pop. I know he has.
Yes.
And he loves a good
On this
toaster.
show.
I do love me a good toaster. I
Oh.
love my toaster, actually.
Oh fuck. All right, fuck it. Does something Greg thinks about regularly? Does drinking Bud Light make me gay?
What the fuck?
The crazy part is that is Greg's beer of like, I drank 2 heavy ones, I'm going to switch.
I know.
And shout out Kid Rock.
Yeah. Right now he's feeling pretty confident it doesn't because of the Peyton Manning commercial.
Golly.
But
Oh,
Yeah.
he's still
God
not
bless Peyton
sure.
Manning.
Dude, what a pivot they made.
Oh. God bless advertising, I guess. Mm. Mm.
What a pivot they made, huh?
Oh fuck! All right, Greg, what's something you think about regularly?
Oh god.
Oh,
What do I
fuck.
think about regularly?
I'm in tears.
How do I work Instagram?
Oh, that's a good one.
He took one off my board.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Greg.
Oh my god.
I don't post shit, but I have one. So
That was.
Am-
This is the best. I'm so
Didn't
glad.
it, hey, hear me out. Wasn't on my board.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
All right, Derek, what's something Greg thinks about regularly?
Why Buzz Lightyear was acting like not a toy, but still froze when Andy played with him.
you know, damn it, that actually is. Oh fuck, that's gonna bother the hell out of me now. That's gonna bother the hell out of me now. God damn it.
I'm with these aliens on another planet, but when Andy picks him up, he freezes like a toy. I know you think about it, Greg.
Oh my god. That's gonna bother the fuck out of me now. I don't appreciate that. Oh, damn it. We broke Josh. This has been an entire episode of just breaking each other, and I love it.
Full transparency, Greg. I'm gonna need your permission before my last guess.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen. If Josh was, if I allowed Josh to do the terracotta thing, by all means, you can do.
Are you sure?
anything. Yes, I'm.
Are you sure?
I can handle it.
Okay,
Yes.
then I will sit on my last pick in hopes that
I
no
will,
one takes
I will
it.
handle it. I can handle it. Yes. All right, Josh. What do you?
I don't even know how to phrase this. Think he's a toy? Does Buzz Lightyear think he's a toy?
It's a good question, Greg. I'm glad
It's
you
a
think
good
about
one.
it.
No, goddamn, yeah.
Oh my god. God damn, that was so fucking funny.
Mm.
That's one of those ones where like someone voices it and then someone else goes, "Yeah, what the fuck?"
Such a
Damn.
flaw, a big flaw in the movie. Now that you think about it.
A
It
huge
does,
flaw in the
it
movie.
does,
He says
it
he's with aliens, Greg. I'm with you. I think about it a
Oh.
lot.
Okay, so this is kind of new in Greg's thought. Does Hulk Hogan always wear an NWO shirt? And I don't know if you've seen this story, Derek, but last night or 2 nights ago, Hulk Hogan pulled a woman out of a car crash by
Yeah.
popping the airbag with a tool he had on him. And the photo is him standing next to the woman in an NWO t-shirt.
Hey, listen. When you're NWO, you're for life, brother.
Hogan is running around saving people in his own t-shirt.
Oh, Josh, I'm very pissed. I wish I had a Hulk Hogan hat.
I'll tell you right now, I
Would
carry
so
around
bad.
Thoughts to the Bed shirts in my trunk just in case I see a fire.
Just in case you see a fire.
What's your shirt, sir? It's a blog, but that's not important. I saved 4 lives tonight.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
god.
a great one.
Oh fuck, that's great.
Greg, finally. What's,
Oh, what I
what's
think-
something you think about regularly?
What did happen at Brawl Out between CM Punk and the Young Bucks?
Wow.
I really want to know so bad, and I think about it. I really want to know, and I can't, which pisses me off.
What? Okay, walk me through that one. And I'm not being
Yeah.
a jagoff. I don't know, but I know
No,
we
no,
love
okay,
because
so-
the Young Bucks. I haven't heard about them in forever, but they were like the guys
Yeah.
for a second, right?
So yeah, so last year at All Out, CM Punk was at a press conference after his main event match and just essentially went on a tirade to the reporters and kind of talked about like and basically kind of had some disparaging remarks about the people in the back that he worked with, including the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And then the next thing you hear is that there was a huge, I guess, melee in the back between
Damn.
CM Punk, his friend Ace Steel, who was a producer for AEW, and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. and like they were suspended for months after that, and you don't know anything that happened. There were like secondhand accounts that were given, but no one's allowed to talk about it because they signed NDAs. So, but it's like it's gonna be this like long term like thing that will always be known that it existed, but no one will ever know exactly what happened.
Huh.
Yeah.
Derek,
And that's gonna eat at me. That's gonna eat at me for a while that I don't know what happened.
Derek, can I go before you? Because I feel like your last one's a heater.
I have two that I'm torn between.
Okay,
and
so let me
go
let
ahead.
me go.
You
let
know
me
what?
go.
You know what? I will give. Just because
I'm scared.
I love you two. I'm gonna let you each do an extra one, a bonus one, if you will.
I don't
Okay.
have. Okay, all right.
I have a lot.
My last one was, do Derek and Josh know I still wear Spider-Man pajamas?
I do have.
No, we
Peter
know.
Pan.
We know.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the question about like, do we know? We can solve it.
Yeah.
He asked it
Yeah.
a ton though.
Spider-Man
Mhm.
PJs.
I have two.
Okay, fire him off, bud.
One is, where was Josh on January 6th?
Oh my god.
In the studio with Zach
Oh.
and PGH. Which feels more damning than it does. Than it does feel like an excuse. It feels worse like we were at fucking Central Command giving orders.
Hear me out. Someone did have to shoot it. Just say.
Oh my god. And my second one is, do clit and clitoris have anything in common?
Oh god.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck.
Fuck.
You're welcome, motherfuckers.
That's
That's how we finish this game.
That holy shit. Do clitters have anything in common?
That was the one I
feel
felt
like-
bad about. I didn't feel bad about the Josh on
I'm
January
so
6th.
happy with that.
Well, yeah, because you knew where I was, and you
I'm
knew
not
who I was
questioning.
with, which is even fucking worse. I feel like, hear me out, Greg. A young Greg may have Googled that. A young Greg heard people at school talking and Googled it just to make sure.
I don't know if any of them are better than the inflation rate as it pertains to Girl Scout.
No.
Oh, Greg,
I'm
I love
putting,
you.
just for the official record, I'm putting where was Josh on January 6th. That was, I believe that was delightful.
I love the ability for us to laugh, Greg. Thank you, and
Oh,
I hope
fuck,
none of
that
that
was
offended
funny.
you in any way, shape, or form.
No, that was amazing. I needed that so much. That was amazing.
There's
Because
something,
if we,
just going over these again.
Go ahead.
Greg's, he thinks about Thursday morning text. These are what he actually thinks about.
which is
Affording,
beautiful and
future
wonderful and
purchases.
amazing.
not going into the office. How does Instagram work? And what did happen at Brawl Out? Derek
Great thought.
has, these are things Greg thinks about regularly. Why Sody Pop isn't used more. How underappreciated the toaster is. Inflation of Girl Scout cookies.
As it pertains to Girl
As
Scout cookies.
pertains to Girl Scout cookies. Why does Buzz act like he's not a toy but then freezes when Andy comes in the room? And finally, where was Josh on January 6th? I like to think that he knew I was with Zach, and that's why
Yes,
he's
yes.
further
Right.
questioning it.
Oh god.
Mine are things about Greg thinks about regularly, how much he hates cats, What color is terracotta? Does Bud Light make me gay? Does Hulk Hogan always wear an NWO shirt? And do Deke and Josh know I wear Spider-Man pajamas?
The terracotta one.
Is it-
Here's what I'll
that's
say. The
amazing.
terracotta one is close in terms of like
Real life.
the best like
Yeah,
Greg
my-
is. And here's what I'll say.
That's a real question he's asked me. That's how I
It
know.
is.
Yes.
It is.
So all 6 of mine were written in this time frame.
Yeah.
Greg has his brain. You had the idea that this was coming in. Both of your lists are very actual, Greg.
Yeah.
This, and I apologize, is bent up humor from my freshman year
Oh,
of
and I
college.
love it. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
The best part of this is that we will get to return the favor at some point.
Oh no, I have all of mine ready, and they're not thoughts well, maybe they are.
Yeah.
How many beers will kill myself? Like 14. Most of mine are not going to be coherent, complete sentences. They're just
Yeah.
Which I love. Which I
Yeah.
love.
hand in toaster.
Yeah. Is the toaster in the bath really gonna kill me? Are you sure?
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. That was great.
Is NLD Choppa considered country?
Oh my god.
I don't.
What does it mean to be a little gay?
Well.
Oh shit.
Regularly.
All right. You want to
Good
wrap
job,
it up?
guys. Yeah, no. Thank you, Greg, for being my muse. during
You're
that.
welcome. The least I can do.
I'm gonna go figure out what this rash is, I guess.
No.
That might be one of the best
Should
shows
have put
we've
that.
done
I
in
could have
a
put
long
that as a
time.
thing. What the fuck is Deke's rash?
Yeah, that'll be one of Greg's main thoughts. All right, I clipped the part I wanted.
Oh, you
clipped
sure?
off of
Okay.
it. Well, I wrote like I did the YouTube clip. I don't
Oh, okay.
know where it goes. I don't know what happens.
Okay.
But my mom having a
Autoimmune.
autoimmune disease.
So funny.
Oh god.
Oh, I love you guys.
Love you. Please don't fire Mike Tomlin. I like missionary sex. It's fine.
What the fuck?